Test 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2 3 4.
Fans, tonight's trivia will consist of mental health facts. Scan the QR code now to give us your best answer. Brought to you by Venmo.
Test 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2 3 4.
Follow the Buffs on social media, including Facebook, X, and Instagram. Search at CU Buffs NBB and see the most up-to-date content from the Buffs. Fans, please remember that flash photography is not permitted during the game. Again, no flash photography.
All of those are synonymous with the world's game. Across the pond, with Andrew Evans and Seth Golevsky, as you covered with all the footy action throughout Europe and throughout the world, from the Premier League to the Champions League, and with the 2026 World Cup coming up, we'll have it all for you guys throughout the year. Be sure to tune in every Monday from 4:30 to 5 Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella.
And I'm Landon, and this is Album Explained.
Catch us on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. or on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Every week, tune in to hear us talking about and dissecting a different album from artists like Pink Campers, Fleetwood Mac, and more.
As we try not to get off track by talking about random things like Jinx Monsoon and Lane and Drew.
Or Bella's STEM issues.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ta-ta!
Clark, step back three. You bet! Hall lets it fly.
Hey, it's Lauren.
And I'm Kinla. We're two sports journalism majors who basically grew up on the field, the court, and in the stands.
Welcome to The Athlete Era, your weekly dose of women's sports and what it's really like to live life as 20-year-old girls in the sporting world.
From buzzer beaters and rivalries to our own behind-the-scenes stories, we bring you takes you won't hear anywhere else.
Catch Athlete Era every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 right here on Blaze Radio.
Tune in, call in, and join the era.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big 12 sports and Big 12 sports only. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bill Austin Radio Studio in downtown Phoenix, Blaze Radio presents Boxing vs. Everyone. I'm Edward Eamon, host of Boxing vs. Everyone. Tune in Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Blaze Radio at blazeradioonline.com for the latest boxing analysis, news, updates, and more.
Great moments are born
from watching Friday Night Lights camera action. Blaze Radio's one and only sports movie talk show is back. And are you going to watch it?
Not only will I do it for you, yes, I'll do it for you.
We will watch anything and everything. From the weird movies.
He's right. Ain't no rules said the dog can't play basketball.
To the classics.
Hey, is this heaven? No, it's Iowa.
Tune in every Friday night at 7 p.m. Arizona time to listen to Ethan Neal and Parker Perrell talk about the movie of the week.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host Pratham Maluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, go over the latest news, analyze players and matches, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune into Match Point every Wednesday from 3:30 to 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Do you think you know it all?
That you're different from the rest?
Do you think your matcha hours have raised your performance levels to the best?
Then come join me, Caleb,
And me, Kaylee,
and listen to our show, Niche for Niche.
the show where we take the pop culture trend of every week,
Make a playlist surrounding its aura
and play it out loud for you
every Friday
at 1 p.m.
on Blaze Radio.
All aboard the Northeast Corridor. I'm Preston Rabb.
And I'm AJ Gonzalez. Sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the biggest trends.
We got you.
Be sure to listen on blazeradioonline.com. What days are we on, AJ?
Every Tuesday.
That's right. So listen in.
We'll know if you don't listen.
Don't miss out on the hottest growing show on Blaze.
Tune in every Tuesday night only on Blaze Radio for the Northeast Corridor.
Are you a college student with a week's worth of homework due?
Are you a working class citizen who has to be up early?
Do you have little to no time to yourself? We don't care! So grab a cup of coffee or a can of Red Bull and tune into Off the Record on Blaze Radio every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m.
Off the Record offers all the news in music and pop culture.
And the audience can play along with our new game segments every week.
So be sure to tune into Off the Record on Blaze Radio from 9 to 10 p.m. every Thursday.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Double order.
Want to stay wrapped up in the madness of March and the glory of Saturday all year round? Tune into Onions, a college sports show, Monday nights from 9 to 10 on Blaze Radio. Hosted by Luke Lendler and Christian Jarmark, Onions will look at the world of college sports with the players, the moments, and the storylines that you won't want to miss. Onions, 9 to 10 p.m. Monday nights on Blaze Radio.
Do you want to stay updated on the world of soccer, or hear Arsenal fans tell you why we're winning the league? Then you need to tune in to Park the Bus on Blaze Radio. Go to blazeradioonline.com at 7:30 every Monday morning to hear Alex Swift and Bob Blue, alongside the occasional guest host, talk everything soccer.
Adventurer, quickly, I don't have much time. I have a quest for you. You must travel to blazeradioonline.com to listen to the stories on Traveler's Guide to Faerun. Find the dutiful guide, Anion Fack McDaniels, who can tell you all about the legendary lore of the world behind Dungeons & Dragons every single week. Remember, Adventurer, Traveler's Guide to Faerun, Monday nights at 7, only on Blaze Radio. Adventure awaits.
Hey Brooklyn, have you ever had a burning sports question?
No, Casey, because I listen to the Hot Seat, where they answer them all for me.
What's the Hot Seat?
You'll just have to listen to find out.
When can I listen?
Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
From two former athletes bringing you all the drama.
You won't want to miss these hot takes.
Everyone's favorite duo is back on the radio.
And for the third semester, they're better than ever.
So we'll see you in the Hot Seat.
For centuries, us Homo sapiens have been trying to answer the age-old question, what to do on Sunday mornings, and what would be the best companion to NFL football in the fall. Until now, returning to Blaze Radio at 10 a.m. every Sunday, hosted by Jack Footer, aka Jay Fu, it's the Jay Fu Show! An hour of action-packed music that'll make you say, Sundays have never been so exciting. So tune into the Jay Fu Show Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio, BlazeRadioOnline.com.
If you love being in the know for sports, the Scouting Session is the place for you.
We pull back the athletic curtain, giving you a look into the stars of tomorrow.
From the icy rinks in Canada
to the racetracks across the West Coast
and inside your favorite dugouts, we highlight young athletes from around the globe.
Plus, we bring them on the show for more in-depth conversations.
You won't want to miss it.
Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
If you like National League Baseball, then tune into the Senior Circuit, Sundays, 7 to 8 p.m. Arizona time on Blaze Radio.
Shohei Ohtani's just not going to be that good of a pitcher.
Ryan Nelson has all-star potential.
My hot take for the National League is that the Pirates will finish at the top of the National League Central and claim a spot in this year's playoffs.
When I say kettle, you say hot. Kettle.
Hot.
Kettle.
Hot.
When I say every, you say Sunday. Every.
Sunday.
Every.
Sunday.
That's right, folks. Every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com. Tune into the Kettle Hut with Nathan Kettle as the host with a special guest each and every week, talking all things sports, including their favorite sports teams, how their seasons are going, and what the future holds, along with a specialty draft of the guest's choosing, where they decide and we have some fun every Sunday on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Forks Up Sun Devils, join me, Chris Town, as I scour the entirety of ASU to find the heroes who do it all. The unsung who brave the challenges to make our university at the top. Let's bring the spotlight to those who do the most and see how they do it all.
Live from the CU Events Center in Boulder, Colorado, it's time for Big 12 basketball between the 12-11 Arizona State Sun Devils and the 13-10 Colorado Buffaloes here on Blaze Radio. I'm Adam Beadle, joined alongside Luke Lendler here in what has been just a beautiful weekend in Colorado, getting acclimated to the weather. But we've got a good matchup on hand here tonight. These are two teams that really, when you think about it, have very similar stories. They started really well in non-conference play. Colorado was 8-0 at one point, and Arizona State, we saw what they did in Maui Invitational, and then the last loss in the non-conference play to Oregon State kind of tossed things up a little bit, and they got into conference play and struggled, and Colorado as well. 3-7 in conference play. Both of these teams still trying to find some rhythm potentially late here this season.
Yeah, it's been an unseasonably warm couple of weeks here in Boulder. We'll see which team can take advantage of that, maybe come out a little bit hot to start this one. But it's going to be a lineup change for Arizona State that I'm particularly looking at and I'm particularly interested in. Santiago Truitt hurt his ankle a week ago in ASU's game at home. Now, he did not play at all on Wednesday against Utah and is not in the starting lineup for the team tonight. But we've been told he will be coming off the bench on a minutes restriction. They want to test the ankle, see how he can move side to side. But it's the kind of thing where they don't want it to give out in the first half. They want to hold him for the second half. So ASU's going to start Ford, Odom, Ribovich, Mukeba, and Jop. That's a combination they've used just 4 times so far this season, but it's been somewhat successful. and brought them a win on Wednesday. We'll see if Hurley's squad can carry the momentum against Colorado tonight.
Yeah, Arizona State, a 71-63 win over Utah on Wednesday. ASU only turned the ball over 6 times, and at times we've seen turnovers be a struggle for Arizona State this season, and really that was a big key factor. You look at this Colorado team, again, a team that has won only one of its last 8 games. That was against TCU on February 1st. They got pummeled by Baylor 86-67 on Wednesday. What do you think the Buffs need to do here to correct themselves, get on the right foot in terms of building some momentum?
They need to find a way to get on the same level. I mean, head coach Tad Boyle, he's been here forever. He's the 3rd longest tenured head coach in the Big 12, so you got to give him some grace. I do respect that he still pulls a suit out. You know, the coach on the sideline, he's not a quarter-zip guy, he's a suit guy. But he's been using a different starting lineup every single game. Across those last 8 games, it's been really a different guy every time. He's experimenting, he's throwing things to the wall. Nothing is stuck. They need some consistency, they need veteran leadership, and that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of who they're throwing on the court tonight. It's funny, though. Bangad Dak will start. He's a 7-footer. Elijah Malone will come off the bench. He's a guy that really got worked by Masamba Diop when the first time these 2 teams played. So for Bangad Dak to match up against Masamba Diop, 2 7-footers, similar styles. We'll see how they, can face off against each other. But the name of the game for Colorado tonight is going to be consistency. Can they play the first 5 minutes of the game exactly like they play the last 5? Can they play the middle 8 exactly like they play the last 8? It's about stringing together quality possessions, getting quality shots, not letting yourself get sped up, and being in the comfort of your own home. We are here in Boulder. They're in front of a crowd. This place isn't packed, but these are passionate fans. They're going to be on their side. Not a lot of ASU people made the trip. They're in the comfort of their own home. They need to play like it.
It's a little bit of a smaller arena, too, so it's a chance for it to kind of get louder throughout the game. But you mentioned Tad Boyle in his 16th season, having guys like Elijah Malone, who has struggled at times over the last 2 years, coming off the bench. He didn't even play against Baylor on Wednesday. So he's been doing a bunch of different things from a lineup perspective. But from Arizona State, you talk about Santiago Truitt coming off the bench on a minutes restriction. That'll be a boost. But another guy we got to talk about who's really been the main focal guy for Arizona State this season, that's Mo Odom. And he has struggled at times shooting this season. He struggled a bit against Utah with 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. How much more important is it for Arizona State, or how much better can they be when Mo Odom is having a good night?
It really, this team goes as Odom goes. It's that simple. When he is being reckless with the ball, dribbling off his foot, like he had 3 turnovers when these 2 teams last played, but he had 2 turnovers in the final minute of the game, and that was really the deciding factor, as you couldn't get a shot off the end with a chance to tie. He is everything for this team. You don't entirely see it on the stat sheet, but they play how he plays. They look up to him. He's a veteran guy. This is his 5th year of college basketball. 2 at Pacific, 2 at Pepperdine, here at ASU. Hurley trusts him like his own son. He trusts him with the world, and it's about repaying that trust here tonight if you're Mo Odom. No turnovers.
We'll see how it goes for Arizona State. The Sun Devils sporting their maroon jerseys with gold numbers. That's not a combination we've seen a lot this season. In Colorado going with their slick all-white uniforms, gold numbers, as we are set to go here in Boulder, Colorado. Good crowd on hand against starting lineups for Arizona State. Bryce Ford, Mo Odom, Andreja Grbovic, Alan Mukeba, Masamba Diop for Colorado. It's Isaiah Johnson, Josiah Sanders, Bangad Dak, Jalen Holland, and Barrington Hargress. And we are just moments away from tip-off. Luke, what is the key factor for you in this game?
It's going to be inside. How can Diop and Dak do battle? Last time these 2 played against each other, Diop had a double-digit point night, but Dak had a double-digit rebound night. We'll see how the 2 fare tonight.
Colorado wins the opening tip. It's Jalen Holland who has it top of the key. Now Colorado spreading the ball around. Barrington Hargress, the 6'1 junior, pass inside to Bangad Dak, and maybe trying to work inside early. Dak against Diop, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson moving around the perimeter. Johnson has it top of the key, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Pass out to Hargress, who moves around the perimeter. Now inside, it's Jalen Holland, puts up for a shot. It's blocked by Masamba Diop.
He had 7 of those the last time these 2 teams played. That was excellently executed zone by ASU. You don't see a lot of zone with no Truitt in the starting lineup, throwing a different look at Colorado. Perfect on the first possession.
ASU's ran a bit of a 2-3 zone recently. It works the first time around. Mo Odom gets fouled hard to the floor. Bangad Dak will pick up his first foul. If you're Arizona State, you're absolutely wanting him to pick up some early fouls.
Very much so. And it's the kind of thing where Diop can control that matchup if he's the one not battling foul trouble. I just want to go back to the zone point really quick. Arizona State has the athletes to make a zone work. It has been the technique defensively that's held them back. Now they're really starting to turn it up.
Alan Mukeba working it inside. One-on-one against Sanders. Pass out to Grubevich. Grubevich, three-pointer on the way. Money! Andrea Grubevich letting it fly from deep. Arizona State takes a 3-0 lead. Barrington Hargress, right wing. Top of the key, Isaiah Johnson. Now back to Hargress. Hargress moving around the perimeter. Pass to Johnson, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Man, this zone is working perfectly for ASU to start. Bangot inside, closely guarded by Jop. A pass from Jalen Holland. It was intended for Dak, and it goes out of bounds. And that 2-3 zone.
The Colorado's looking like they didn't watch game film when ASU played Utah. It ran that zone the entire second half, and still Colorado comes out and it looks like they've never seen a zone before. You got to flash to the middle, flash to the ball. Too much stagnation on offense for the Buffs.
Mo Odom with the ball, top of the key, closely guarded by Hargress. Motions a screen for Jop, picks it up. Odom still moving around the perimeter, pass inside to Mukeba. Mukeba to a wide open Bryce Ford on the left wing. That one off the side of the rim, no good, rebounded by Dak. Colorado trying to move fast the other way. Barrington Hargress has the ball, now pass inside. Isaiah Johnson, a three. That one no good off the back of the rim. Sun Devils tap the ball. Mo Odom almost saved it from going out of bounds. And it'll go off Odom. It will be Colorado ball.
Still, you'll take that look every time if you're Bobby Hurley and company. Bryce Ford, little lefty, wide open left wing three. He struggled a little bit in recent weeks, and three-point percentage has dipped 4 percentage points over the last 3 weeks of play. He has been battling injury during that stretch. You know, it's a hip injury. A lot of your shot is your legs. When you have a hip injury, kind of hard to set that base up. So for him, it's just going to be about getting back in stride tonight.
Ford may have taken a bit of a step down, but some other Sun Devils have stepped up. Johnson lets another three fly. First points of the night for Colorado as confetti flies from the student section. Even at 3, 7:40 and counting left to go. Mo Odom will bring it up the court for the Sun Devils. Pass to Mukeba on the left wing. Mukeba hands it off to Grubevich. Grubevich moving around the perimeter. Grubevich in trouble, loses the ball, picked up by Odom. Odom, a floater, almost had a lob to Masamba Jop, couldn't get his hands on it. Now Colorado comes in transition. Barrington Hargress drive to the rim and gets it to fall after some close defense from Grubevich.
Way to turn garbage into gold if you're Colorado, taking advantage of the turnover, not waiting around for the zone to set up, blitzing down the court and getting the easy lay.
Bryce Ford, left corner three on the way. That one off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Dak.
Just feels like he's got to see one go in.
Isaiah Johnson brings it down the floor. Now Dak making a run to the rim, has the ball poked away by Alan Mukeba, goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Buffaloes. 22 seconds on the shot clock, 16:56 left to go in this first half.
And it's 2 open looks for Ford out of the ASU's first 4 possessions. You know, Hurley will take that.
Pass inside to Josiah Sanders in the inbound. Now back to Holland, a wide open three for Colorado. And they are off to a hot start shooting here tonight. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Odom brings it up the floor for the Sun Devils. Now Ford, top of the key. Pass the Jop. Sun Devils moving around the perimeter. Odom driving inside, makes a run to the rim, and a nice easy layup for Odom. 8-5 Colorado lead. Isaiah Johnson, a talented freshman, brings it the other way down the floor for Colorado. Dak working it one-on-one inside on Jop. Dak going up to the rim and has it blocked by Jop. That's 2 blocks already for Masamba Jop. Sun Devils trying to make a move in transition. Bryce Ford, another 3. He can't get it to fall again. Jop gets the rebound. Now Jop driving to the rim, puts it up, count the bucket, and 1 for Masamba Jop.
Talked about it 5 minutes ago, Adam. What is going to be the story of this game? How are these 2 7-footers going to do battle inside? It was so entertaining the last time they did it. Tonight, Masamba Jop snatching chains early in this matchup. Really nice battle down low for him. Way to go up vertically and not bring his arms down. Didn't get the foul call. On the other end, we don't see him bang around and get rebounds very often. It's just not his build. That's not really his game. But sure enough, perfect positioning there. Great box out. Put his butt right into the Colorado player. Hauled it in and got the and 1 to fall. That's basically as close to a perfect start as you can ask from Masamba Jop.
Jop goes to the line to shoot the and 1 bucket, a 72.8% free throw shooter on the year. He nails it. Pig Johnson and Santiago Truitt check into the game for Bryce Ford and Alan Mukeba as we hit the 16-minute mark here in the first half. Game even at 8 between the Buffs and the Sun Devils. Isaiah Johnson Top of the key, stolen away by Pick Johnson, and here comes Johnson, the other end of the floor. Can't get it to fall on the layup attempt. He almost got a steal from behind. Holland's able to recover, moving it down the court. Isaiah Johnson, now trapped in the corner by Mo Odom, is able to free himself. Now inside, it's Jalen Holland. Holland going to the rim, and an easy bucket for Holland.
Way to work the short corner if you're Jalen Holland. That's how you beat a 2-3 zone. It's the short corner, and it's the middle. You got to play a two-man game. Got to get the ball inside, work it around. Good job by Holland knowing where the soft spot is.
Colorado leads by 2. Mo Odom moving around the perimeter, finds an open Jop, a floater from the free throw line, airballs it, and Colorado is able to pick it up. Looked like Jop didn't go all the way through shooting motion on that shot. Colorado driving in fast. Josiah Sanders pass out to Hargris from 3. That one off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Santiago Truitt, who missed the Utah game on Wednesday with an ankle injury. Here's Odom, the leading scorer for the Sun Devils, with the ball at the top of the key, moving around the perimeter on the left wing. Pass inside to Jop. Jop now a wide open Gribovic. Gribovic thought about taking a shot, has the ball poked away, and the officials are going to say that the ball went off of Colorado. Arizona State will retain possession. 14:38 left to go in the first half. Sun Devils trail by 2, 10-8 to Colorado. We'll be right back after this right here on Blaze Radio.
And we've been through so much over these last 3+ years. But as a wise man once said, all good things must come to an end.
God, you're so good at interviewing Max. Someone give him an award.
It ain't about the game, it's about the game. You feel me, Max?
Winnipeg whiteout. That's all I need to say.
Ain't no party like a zippy party. That needs to go on a t-shirt.
Blaze Radio presents the final season of The World According to Zippy. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. only on Blaze Radio, BlazeRadioOnline.com, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Whether you call it soccer, football, or footy, all of those are synonymous with the world's game. Across the pond, with Andrew Evans and Seth Golevsky, as you covered with all the footy action throughout Europe and throughout the world. From the Premier League to the Champions League, and with the 2026 World Cup coming up, we'll have it all for you guys throughout the year. Be sure to tune in every Monday from 4:30 to 5 Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella.
And I'm Landon, and this is Album Explained.
Catch us on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. or on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Every week, tune in to hear us talking about and dissecting a different album, from artists like Pink Campers, Fleetwood Mac, and more.
As we try not to get off track by talking about random things like Jinx Monsoon and Lane and True.
Or Bella's thumb issues.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ta-ta!
Clark, step back 3. You bet! Hall lets it fly.
Hey, it's Lauren.
And I'm Kinla. We're two sports journalism majors who basically grew up on the field, the court, and in the stands.
Welcome to The Athlete Era, your weekly dose of women's sports and what it's really like to live life as 20-year-old girls in the sporting world.
From buzzer beaters and rivalries to our own behind-the-scenes stories, we bring you takes you won't hear anywhere else.
Catch Athlete Era every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 right here on Blaze Radio.
Tune in, call in, and join the era.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big.
We welcome you back to Boulder, Colorado, as the Buffaloes lead the Sun Devils 10-8 with 14:38 left to go in the first half. As we were approaching the break, there was a bit of a confusion on who the possession would fall to after the ball went out of bounds off of Andreza Grbovic, and the officials have ruled that Colorado will continue with possession. Well, Luke, we saw that 2-3 zone work for ASU in those first couple of possessions, and then Colorado was just able to find a couple of open looks and get the ball moving around. What have you liked from what Arizona State has done so far?
They're doing a really good job moving on the flight of the ball. That is the most important part when you play a zone. You cannot allow for quick skip passes to get you out of your position and expose you on the weak side. Move on the flight of the ball. The ball will always travel faster than you, but if you can anticipate where it's going, you can get to the spot maybe as it arrives for the offensive player. Looks like they got out of zone, though. Looks like they're running man now.
11 seconds on the shot clock for Colorado as we see some new faces on the floor. It's Sebastian Rancic who drives into the rim. And more points for the Buffaloes, 12-8 now, as Noah Mayusin also checks in for the first time for Arizona State. A 3-guard look for the Sun Devils on the floor. Jop has it, top of the key, trying to dribble his way around, pass inside to Santiago Truitt. Truitt working it one-on-one in the paint against Allen Michael. Now a 3 from Mayusin. That one in and out, no good. Rebounded by McKelly. Barrington Hargress brings it to the other end of the floor for Colorado. Hargress, 3. That one is nothing but net.
Look, 2 possessions in man, 2 easy buckets for Colorado. It might be time to go back to that zone look if you're Bobby Hurley and company, especially with Truitt in the game. With the ankle injury, you don't want to make him guard man up. That's a tough injury to guard straight up with. The zone would definitely help him. You know, I understand Colorado's shooting the ball pretty well from 3 right now, but they're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the conference. So you got to expect that to kind of regress to the mean at some point. I would have stayed in zone if I was Hurley.
We'll see if they make any adjustments. There's going to be a foul called on Isaiah Johnson. That was his first. It's Mayusin trying to make a run to the rim. Now pass out to Odom. 13 seconds on the shot clock for the Sun Devils. Odom finds an open Truitt. Truitt making a run inside the paint, working it one-on-one against Micah Eli. Puts a shot up, and it's no good. Good rebound by Mayusin under the basket. And shot clock resets for the Sun Devils. Odom, a 3 in the right corner. That one's money. We know what Mo Odom can do when he gets hot, and he's 1 of 1 from beyond the arc to start tonight.
ASU needed that. Stymies a 7-0 Colorado run, but the Buffs are 6 for the last 8. ASU's got to come up with some stops here.
We'll see if they go back to that zone here defensively. Barrington Hargress trying to move it around for Colorado. Makes a drive inside. A fake pass. Maybe a missed travel call. But points for the Buffaloes. It's a 6-point game. Colorado 17-11, 12-28 and counting left to go in this first half. Big Johnson has the ball on the left side. Now pass to Jop. Jop hands it off to Mayusin. Mayusin maneuvering around. Gets it back to Jop on the pick and roll. Now outside perimeter. Big Johnson. Left wing 3 is good. Back-to-back threes for Arizona State. It's a 3-point ball game.
Look, ASU's offense has been pretty productive. It's been the defensive end that they've struggled. After starting so well, the first 3 possessions were so good for them in that zone. They've gone to this man look. Hasn't worked.
Rancic from 3. That one off the side of the rim, no good. Pig Johnson got tied up for the rebound. Arizona State comes away with it. Odom trying to run it the other way. Puts a shot up from 3. No good. Rebounded by the Sun Devils. Truitt in the paint. Hands it off to Jop. Jop makes a run to the rim. A no-look pass to Pig Johnson. Now Pig Johnson driving inside, and a foul going to be called on Colorado's Elijah Malone as Johnson was driving, and that'll bring us to the under 12 timeout. Sun Devils trail 17-14 here in Boulder, Colorado. We'll be back with more basketball right here on Blaze Radio. Welcome you back to Boulder, Colorado here on Blaze Radio, where the Colorado Buffaloes have a 17-14 lead over Arizona State at the under-12 media timeout. The Sun Devils hit back-to-back threes before a foul was called against Colorado's Elijah Malone. We saw Sun Devils hit a couple of shots and Colorado cool down just a little bit. Seems like Coach Tad Boyle is still trying to find a way to see what's the perfect group that works on the floor for his team.
It's like he's a chef and he's trying to perfect the recipe. He's sprinkling in different seasonings and just trying to find any way to make this dish taste good. And right now, it's not going to get him cut from the competition, but he certainly isn't going to win any awards. He's still trying to find that right balance of sugar and spice and everything nice. But right now, the message of the game, if you're Bobby Hurley in Arizona State, you've got to dig in defensively. They are giving up way too many open, weak side threes. Way too many open, weak side threes. They need to box out better on the again, weak side. When you play zone, even when you're on zone, when you play man, the ball will always bounce from one side of the rim to the other. Whatever side the shot goes up on, it'll fall on the other side of the rim. ASU seems to not know that, and they're boxing out on the wrong side. They're leveraging their wrong positions, and they've given up offensive rebounds, and they've suffered for that.
Noah Mayusin will inbound the ball for the Sun Devils. Mayusin's a player, I would say, for Arizona State that's really found his groove as of late. He started out a little cold, but in the last 6 games, he shot 50% from 3. Inbounds to Mukeba. Mukeba trying to drive inside. Officials are going to call a foul.
Mukeba, a really physical guy. I mean, talking about a guy that had 20 points last time these two teams met. Excuse me, at 16 points, but that was his season high. 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He has important interior presence. Can he stay out of foul trouble is the question that follows him.
Mukeba fouled out late in that Colorado game. That's kind of what blew it for the Sun Devils. They had 3 guys foul out within the last minute. And they were close when these two teams played on January 3rd in Tempe. Noah Mayusin's going to take a spot up 3. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Isaiah Johnson. Buffaloes bring it the other way. Sebastian Rancic on the right wing. Now pass back to Johnson. Johnson one-on-one against Pig Johnson. Johnson's on each other. Now here's Ian Inman, who up until this point, I should say up until Baylor, had only played 10 minutes, scored 10 minutes and 10 points against Baylor. Now making a run to the rim, it's Micah Eli. And I think they're going to call
a walks. I think they
traveling on Colorado. So Sun Devils will regain possession.
Took one extra step, and again, it's kind of that for a team that's as undisciplined as Colorado's been throughout the season. That was they've been pretty productive so far in terms of not turning the ball over. That was just one possession.
Pig Johnson making a run to the rim, and that one's in and out. An unlucky look for Pig Johnson. Inman bringing it the other way for Colorado. Pass out to Micah Eli. Eli a 3, no good. Rebounded by Arizona State. Noah Mayusin, other end. Santiago Truitt now. Bryce Ford in the left corner. Ford moving it around the perimeter. Finds a wide open man inside. It's Truitt. Truitt in the paint's going to put up a floater. That one's no good. Colorado's not scored in the last 2:07, and Sun Devils haven't been able to find a shot in their last 4 field goal attempts. Isaiah Johnson, a lofty look in the paint. That one is money. 19-14, Colorado lead, 10 minutes to go. Pig Johnson coming fast the other end, put a shot up. It looked like it hit the bottom of the backboard. And Sun Devils just looking a little bit sloppy on offense right now. Isaiah Johnson a spot up 3. That one off the back of the rim, no good. Almost rebounded by Micah Eli, but Arizona State falls on it. Both of these teams running back and forth right now.
It's clearly tired them out. I mean, since the under-12, ASU's looked like it's basically been sleepwalking on the offensive end.
Arizona State has struggled here at the CU Event Center. They are 4 of 10 against Colorado and Boulder. Bryce Ford spot up 3 is no good. Rebounded by Rancic.
Another good look for Ford, though. He just needs to see one go through.
Rancic on the other end goes up Mukeba, and the foul going to be called on Alan Mukeba. It's the first on the night for the Arizona State big. Jop Odom and Gribovich getting ready to check in for the Sun Devils.
Gribovich provided a nice spark these last few weeks. He's playing more than he has all season, uptick in minutes over the last few weeks, was averaging, somewhere in the mid-teens, about 14, 15 minutes a game for much of the season. That's ticked all the way up to 19.8. in the last few weeks.
Ranchik's first free throw is good, an 86% free throw shooter.
You know, while he's at the line, I want to give a shout out to the Colorado Buffalo mascot.
Yeah, he was sitting right here next to you.
Right next to me for the last like 5 minutes. When I mentioned that that Colorado turns the ball over a lot, he got very angry with me.
Oh.
And I had to clarify. I said, but tonight they have not done that so much. And he seemed to calm down. But ASU probably is the best mascot in Big 12. He's sparky, but the Buffalo are not too far behind.
And we'll see. Colorado 3 turnovers to ASU's 1 here so far in the first half. Ranchik was able to knock down his second free throw, a 7-point lead for Colorado. Masamba Diop inside against Bangot Dak. Diop goes up, has it smacked away by Ranchik, and Ranchik is making his case that was all ball. And from here, we're right next under the basket. It did look like that.
That looks pretty clean to me on Ranchik. I think if they wanted to give it to Dak, I would maybe hear it. Maybe he was on the forearm. But in terms of the Ranchik contact, I saw nothing but got the ball, Diop threw his hands up in the air, and got the call.
Diop will go back to the line. Makes the first 2 of 4 free throws on the day. Second one is good. 5-point game now, as here's a full court press from the Sun Devils, trying to boost a little bit of momentum here.
I like this.
Barrington Hargress one-on-one against Mo Odom. Hargress will now take his time to set up a shot for Colorado. Ranchik has it on the right wing. Odom picks him up. Now walking around the perimeter, pass to Isaiah Johnson. Back top the key three-pointer on the way from Ian Inman. That one is no good. Rebounded by Ranchik. Shot clock resets. Isaiah Johnson, pump fake 3. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Pass to Hargress. Hargress thought about taking a 3. Now Ranchik's going to. And that one is nothing but net.
I still like the zone look. ASU just got kind of over-rotated on one side, couldn't recover in time. I still like the zone look on defense.
Grubevich has it. Now to Odom on the right wing is double teamed. Is able to get it away to Mukeba. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Noah Mayusin on the left wing, moving around the perimeter. Mayusin's going to drive inside. Now pass out to Grubevich from 3. Grubevich no good off the back of the rim. Mukeba couldn't get to it to rebound in time. Now Hargress running at the other end of the floor for Colorado. Hargress wide open. Ranchik a 3 again. That one is no good. Bounced on the rim a couple of times. Arizona State is able to get their hands on it. Odom coming down the floor. Odom making a run to the rim, leans into a shot, and it's no good. Rebounded by Ranchik. Sun Devils has not been able to get anything inside. As Bangot Dak throws it down, Bobby Hurley calls timeout, and the CU Event Center is as loud as it's been all night.
ASU is 0 for its last 8. It is 2 for its last 14. We talked about it pregame. This team goes as Odom goes. He's 2 for 4. He just seems to struggle to get a lot of space inside. Everything that's inside for him is kind of getting thrown at the rim all willy-nilly. ASU just unable to settle in so far from the field. They're shooting 5 of 21, Adam. 23.8%. Colorado shooting 10 for 19. They're loving life out there. Stepped into shots, knocking down shots with ease. That's kind of momentum play. I like the timeout from Hurley, but ASU needs to come out poignant on offense. They need to have a direction, a place where they're going. They seem to be floating around out there.
And Bobby Hurley is absolutely livid in the Sun Devils huddle right now as they take this timeout. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, more basketball coming your way right here on Blaze Radio.
To Match Point every Wednesday from 3:30 to 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Do you think you know it all?
That you're different from the rest?
Do you think your matcha hours have raised your performance levels to the best?
Then come join me, Caleb,
And me, Kaylee,
and listen to our show, Niche for Niche.
the show where we take the pop culture trend of every week,
Make a playlist surrounding its aura,
and play it out loud for you
every Friday
at 1 p.m.
on Blaze Radio.
All All aboard the Northeast Corridor. I'm Preston Rabb.
And I'm AJ Gonzalez. Sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the biggest trends.
We got you.
Be sure to listen on BlazeRadioOnline.com. What days are we on, AJ?
Every Tuesday.
That's right. So listen in.
We'll know if you don't listen.
Don't miss out on the hottest growing show on Blaze.
Tune in every Tuesday night only on Blaze Radio for the Northeast Corridor.
Are you a college student with a week's worth of homework due?
Are you a working class citizen who has to be up early?
Do you have little to no time to yourself?
We don't care! So grab a cup of coffee or a can of Red Bull and tune into Off the Record on Blaze Radio every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m.
Off the Record offers all the news in music and pop culture.
And the audience can play along with our new game segments every week.
So be sure to tune in to Off the Record on Blaze Radio.
Welcome you back to the CU Event Center here in Boulder, Colorado, where the Buffaloes have their largest lead of the game at 10, a 26-16 lead over the Arizona State Sun Devils. And we saw, as Bobby Hurley called that timeout to kind of regroup with his team, he was absolutely livid. What do you think he's saying in that huddle?
He's telling them to play with a sense of direction. They're playing like their GPS just died, and they have nowhere to go, and they're driving around Arizona on their 10, and they have no idea which exit to get off at. Offensively, they are floating around. They are sleepwalking. It is very mindless basketball, very numbing basketball. For Arizona State to get back into this, they need to play with a purpose and a direction. They need to know where they're going and what they're doing. They need to know what's coming. And just to be completely honest, they do not run a lot of set plays in this offense.
No, they do
not. And
it's
showing.
Yep.
It's showing because they rely on improvisation and creation from their players. When their players aren't honed in, locked in, and ready to play to a T, sometimes you need to force a little bit of creation. You need to force a little bit of direction and structure through a play. They don't have that right now.
And that's kind of been a common theme throughout some of these Bobby Hurley teams over the years. It seems to just kind of be sort of a freestyle in a sense and trying to create shots and get open looks. Mo Odom has the ball for Arizona State. 13 seconds on the shot clock, running around the perimeter. And Odom now finds an open jump. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Grubovic is going to take a three-pointer. That one's no good. Rebounded by Mukeba. Big Johnson now on the right wing as the shot clock resets. Johnson driving inside on Isaiah Johnson, and a nice easy run to the rim and some much-needed points for Arizona State.
Somebody's going to have to carry the load. Somebody's going to have to carry the offense for ASU tonight. It clearly hasn't really been anybody so far. Hurley would love if Big Johnson can step up big time. Had a good game against Utah on Wednesday.
And Bangot Dak is going to catch the end of an alley-oop and throw it down for Colorado. Buffs have 30 points. Sun Devils are one of their last 10. Mo Odom to Masamba Job. Now to open pick Johnson in the corner and a three. And right on cue, Luke, you talk about a player needing to step up. And Pick Johnson's got 5 quick points for the Sun Devils.
He doesn't start a lot, but he plays a lot. One of the 3 highest minutes per game on the team. Had 20 points last time these two teams met. Probably his best game of conference play so far.
And Jalen Holland just absolutely broke Sun Devil defender's ankles. And now he falls into a shot, put up a 3. No foul called. A loose ball. Barrington Hargrass is able to fall on it. Bangot Dak under the rim, puts a shot up and in. Just really a disastrous defensive possession for the Sun Devils.
I mean, the wheels are teetering on falling off right now for ASU. Johnson's recent burst is the only thing keeping them in this. But defensively, their heads are not on a swivel. They're not talking. The refs probably could have called about 3 fouls on that possession. Somebody needs to give.
Now Odom double teamed in the right corner, and a steal by Colorado. And here comes Hargrass, lays it in with ease. Colorado's got their largest lead of the game at 11, 32-21. Sun Devils are 2 of their last 11 and shooting just 29% from the floor. Alan Mukeba on the right wing, now driving inside. Mukeba gets a shot blocked, and a foul going to be called on Josiah Sanders, and Sanders cannot believe that call. Neither can Tad Boyle.
Neither can any of the fans in this arena. I mean, Boyle might lose his jacket, maybe his tie if things keep going like this. I mean, talk about a foul discrepancy. Colorado has been whistled for 7 personal fouls. ASU has been whistled for 1. And to be honest here with you, Adam, that was all initiated by Mukeba, going downhill, put his shoulder right into the defender. I like when the refs let the players play. Let Mukeba be physical. That's part of his game. But they should be allowed to defend him physically, too. Hurley is just laying into Johnson right now.
He is absolutely livid about something I think that must have happened on the defensive end. And Pig is talking right back. And Hurley's face is bright red. Pig just slammed a chair on the sideline. My goodness, it just seems like this Arizona State team is all disconnected at the moment. Mukeba makes the first free throw, misses the second. Grubovic was close to getting a rebound, but taps it out of bounds. And now Hurley's yelling at Mukeba about the same issue, I'm assuming, that happened on the defensive end for the Sun Devils.
The rotations have been poor after starting off so well at playing athletic, moving on the flight of the ball, being light on their feet defensively. ASU has been bogged down these last few possessions, really these last few minutes of the game, and Colorado's taken full advantage.
Barrington Hardgress, top of the arc. Pass to Jalen Holland. Holland moving around the perimeter, now drives inside. Holland, a spot-up shot, airballs it, and a nice box out by Masamba Diop to be able to prevent Colorado's Elijah Malone from getting the ball.
And Diop's probably given up 70 pounds, maybe more, to Malone, so to hold him behind like that is impressive. It shows you box out. It's not about how big you are, it's about how you get your leverage down low.
And Malone could maybe go play defensive tackle for Colorado and his size.
Based on the way last season went.
Odom moving around, a wide open Grubovic in the corner. Now good ball movement from ASU. I think they gave up an open shot, and Hurley's absolutely seems like he feels that's what happened too. Grubovic, three-pointer, it's blocked by Holland. Miusin falls on it, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Odom's gonna jack up a three, and it's good. Right when the Sun Devils need a bucket, they get it.
ASU's offense getting bailed out with these late clock shots. They gotta get stops in the other end, stay in the passing lanes, be active and talk.
Ranchik back into the game for Colorado, has Holland on the left wing. Now inside, it's Josiah Sanders, puts up a shot, and he's going to be fouled by Grubovic. And Grubovic picks up his first foul of the night, and that'll take us to the under 4 timeout. Colorado leads by 7, 32-25. We'll be back with more basketball right here on Blaze Radio.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Whether you call it soccer, football, or footy, all of those are synonymous with the world's game. Across the pond, with Andrew Evans and Seth Golevsky, as you covered with all the footy action throughout Europe and throughout the world. From the Premier League to the Champions League, and with the 2026 World Cup coming up, we'll have it all for you guys throughout the year. Be sure to tune in every Monday from 4:30 to 5 Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella.
And I'm Landon, and this is Album Splain.
Catch us on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. or on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Every week, tune in to hear us talking about and dissecting a different album from artists like Pink Campers, Beadle, and more.
As we try not to get off track by talking about random things like Jinx Monsoon and Lane and Drew.
Or Bella's thumb issues.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ta-ta.
Clark, step back three. You bet. Hall lets it fly.
Hey, it's Lauren.
And I'm Kinla. We're two sports journalism majors who basically grew up on the field, the court, and in the stands.
Welcome to The Athlete Era, your weekly dose of women's sports and what it's really like to live life as 20-year-old girls in the sporting world.
From buzzer beaters and rivalries to our own behind-the-scenes stories, we bring you takes you won't hear anywhere else.
Catch Athlete Era every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 right here on Blaze Radio.
Tune in, call in, and join the era.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big 12 sports and Big 12 sports only. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
Just 3:56 left to go here in the first half as Arizona State trails Colorado 32-25. And when you talk about this Colorado team, this is a team that has the 144th defensive rating according to KenPom, and it really just seems like they are absolutely dominating Arizona State defensive end. Granted, ASU's had their struggles against Utah on offense, and here so far tonight. But this is a Colorado team that, when you look at that stat and just what they're doing, it's something that jumps out.
They're in the basement of the Big 12. They are like almost below the house, like below the basement even, in the Big 12, and how they have defended teams so far, especially how they have defended the perimeter. They give up one of the best perimeter three-point shooting percentages of any team in the league. ASU has not gotten much to fall from beyond the arcs for tonight. Odom hit a bit of a prayer, but ASU still 5 of 15. Ford is 0 for 4. Griffith is 1 for 4. That is a product of ASU being unable to generate good looks around the rim. Their dribble penetration is not working. They're playing too much one-on-one. They are not relying on their ball screens and their off-ball movement. And Colorado's doing a great job just sliding their feet. ASU is making it easy for Colorado. Got to make it hard.
Colorado takes a 34-25 lead thanks to some free throws from Josiah Sanders. Santiago Truitt moving the ball around the perimeter. Now Pick Johnson's going to drive inside. Down low is Chop. Chop has it blocked from behind by Malone. Malone looked him down, but ASU was able to recover and get a shot to fall.
Still in that zone look.
It was Chop who made the shot. Jalen Holland driving inside for Colorado. And Mo Odom almost had the ball stolen away. A deep pass to Johnson. ASU does eventually come up with a steal. Mayusin trying to cross-court pass to Odom, and it was knocked away by Sanders. Now Holland has the ball in the paint, and a foul going to be called on Mayusin.
Mayusin is smarter than that. He got wound up in the moment. He heard the crowd. He saw Odom's hand. He thought, I'm going to fling this down the court. He's got to be smarter than that. He's a veteran. He knows better. I mean, Hurley's probably, I think they're taking him out of the game right now. Yep, exactly.
Bryce Ford just checked back in the game for Mayusin.
Hurley's probably going to lay into him and was walked to the bench. Yeah, because he's got to be smarter than that. You can't throw that pass. But ASU's defense got a turnover there. Got a turnover, you know. It's about stringing together stops if you're the Sun Devils.
3 minutes left to go in this first half. Colorado taking their time to set a play. Jalen Holland driving inside in the paint, spins, and a block by Chop. Going nowhere on that shot. And Colorado student section is wanting them to tee up Chop. He must have said so.
Well, I can tell you this. Chop doesn't speak very good English. He speaks 4 languages. English is not one of them. You know, he doesn't really talk to the press because he doesn't speak very good English. So whatever they thought he said, I don't know if everybody in that student section speaks Spanish, French, maybe patois, but I promise you, he didn't say what they thought he said.
Sebastian Rancic with the ball in the left corner. Barrington Hargis now puts up a shot over Pick Johnson. And that was a really nice two-point jumper from Hargis.
That's a tough shot to go, especially because he got Johnson in the air. Johnson did a good job not falling forward onto him. Hargis still got it to go.
2:30 left to go in this first half. Santiago Truitt working his way back from that ankle injury, spinning inside the paint, puts a shot up, and I think that was just a bad look from Truitt off the side of the rim. No good.
Got sped up. Felt like it was his job to score. No, just pass the ball.
Now Colorado's trying to go fast in transition. Barrington Hargis going to pick up a screen from Micah Eli. Now in the corner, Josiah Sanders. Sanders to Micah Eli in the paint. Micah Eli driving on Truitt. And a foul going to be called on the floor before the shot on Truitt.
Foul number 1, Truitt. That's his first 14th foul.
Hargis will inbound to Rancic. Now to Sanders. Sanders spinning in the paint. Open shot from Rancic, and another three-pointer for Colorado and Sebastian Rancic.
Rancic's been filling up. Rancic and Hargis are making ASU pay for not rotating on the back end.
And now a foul going to be called on McKaylee.
It's at this point where ASU is very much looking like a team that rarely runs zone. Like, these are lapses that, like, teams that try to throw in zone as like a little, like, wrinkle into their system. These are the lapses they do. 2 guys going to one spot, vacating an area, open 3. That's exactly what just happened there. It's what happened a couple times so far in this game. You can tell that they do not rep this a lot. Obviously, it works and fits in spurts, but unfortunately for Arizona State, they can't get the stops necessary in man for zone to be like their changeup and their like out pitch. You know, they need a fastball defensively. Zone isn't that. They don't rep it enough. Man isn't that. They're not good enough.
feels like they're a little bit too focused on what's happening inside rather than trying to protect the perimeter. They're letting too many open looks, and they're getting through. Mo Odom knocks down 2 free throws for Arizona State. A 10-point game, 39-29, a minute 38 and counting left in this first half. Josiah Sanders, the ball in the left wing. Now pass to McKaylee. McKaylee is going to jack up a 3 of his own. That one off the side of the rim, no good. Johnson tried to grab the rebound for ASU, couldn't get his hands on it, and it falls out of bounds.
2 ASU players went for that. Collided, ball goes out of bounds, Colorado ball. Can you think of a more poignant representation of how they've looked in the first half? I really can't.
Fighting against themselves is Arizona State. Isaiah Johnson to Barrington Hargress, top of the key. Now Sebastian Rancic. Rancic inside to Sanders. Colorado resets 8 seconds on the shot clock. Barrington Hargress 1-on-1 against Pig Johnson. Hargress now against Truitt, makes a nice move. Step back jumper, no good. And Bryce Ford couldn't get his hands on it. Stolen by Sanders. Now Sanders driving inside for Colorado. And a foul is going to be called on Mo Odom.
I'm not sure about that call. I mean, look, I think Odom slid it. I think you could definitely argue it was an offensive arm extension. Odom kind of just got pushed back because he's 160 pounds, probably less than that. But I thought Odom actually did a good job sliding his feet and beating Sanders at the spot there. After really letting a lot of things go early, the refs have tightened up the whistle here in the last few minutes.
Grubovic, Mayusin both check back in for Arizona State, as well as Alan Mukeba. A minute to go here in this first half. Sebastian Rancic trying to drive it inside of Mayusin, a huge size advantage. Mukeba was right there underneath the basket to rebound and pokes it out of bounds himself. Colorado retains possession again.
If ASU can get a stop here, a bucket, a stop, a bucket, you go into the half down 6, you love it, but that doesn't mean this game can't open up right here with 2 threes from Colorado.
Hargress inbounds to Rancic. 18 seconds on the shot clock. McKaylee. Isaiah Johnson. Now Johnson inside to McKaylee, 1-on-1 against Grubovic. 7 seconds on the shot clock. McKaylee's double team. Pig Johnson is able to come away with a steal on a bad pass. Johnson trying to go coast to coast and gets it to fall for Arizona State. Now the Sun Devils have to retreat defensively. Colorado could practically play for the last shot, a 3-second difference between shot and game clock, and the Colorado will use their take it or lose it timeout with 26 seconds left to go. We'll keep it right here as the Buffaloes lead by 8, 39-31 with 26 seconds to go.
And this is, in my opinion, the most important defensive possession of the half for Arizona State today. They generate a turnover. They get a great coast-to-coast layup the other way. You can go in a half down 8. Look, the most they've been down has been, I believe, 11. Yes, 11. 12. The most they've been down is 12. That was 2 minutes ago. But the way they've played, to only be down 8 going into the half, feel great about it. A 2, a 3 here, double digits. Just the idea of seeing 1 digit versus 2 digits is the deficit. Like, that's seriously a thing. You count the possessions in your head. How many possessions behind are we? How many possessions are we behind? If I'm Colorado, I see they got Malone, Sanders, Johnson. All right. What I would do, I would try to set a seal screen on the corner and have my best 3-point shooter, which looks like it'll be Johnson, running the baseline. You get Grubovic sealed in the corner. You get a wide open corner for Johnson. Run the clock down. Just try to swing it around and get the corner guy sealed on the screen. You got big 50, big Malone on the court. You could pull that off.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Hargress has it top of the key. Now to Rancic. Rancic trying to drive inside. No one's even going to come close to touching him. And it's Arizona State who falls on it. Mo Odom making a run to the rim. Noah Mayusin can't get a shot to fall as the clock expires here in the first half. Mo Odom just felt the court really hard. It looks like he ran into Elijah Malone.
Yeah.
And Arizona State's bench is livid. Bobby Hurley Jr. is talking to Evan Batty, who's a coach on Colorado's coaching staff. They played against each other back in the day when they were both players. And now here's a couple of the Arizona assistants trying to get Batty off the floor. Mo Odom gets up. He is livid. Arizona's coaching staff's trying to get him under control.
more than 65
And
years.
Santiago Truitt tried to go to the locker room at the same time. Both of these teams are going into the same locker room. And now Arizona State will walk in. Mo Odom is still livid at the situation that's going on. Nick Irving is trying to make sure everybody's staying under control. Mickey Mitchell, one of ASU's former players and assistants, is still waiting by the scoreboard. I didn't even see Bobby Hurley come off the court.
Hurley's looking at cameras right now, trying to see the replay, I think. Or I guess not. Look, some fireworks in the first half. May Houston's got to hit that layup, Adam. That's it. That is a point-blank, left-handed layup. The way his momentum was carrying him, the second Odom dumped that thing off, I was like, he's going to overcook this. Sure enough, too hard off the glass, can't get it to fall. But regardless, they got the stop they needed. Was it perfect defensive execution? Of course not, because what else, what else did you expect? Moranchik got right to the rim, threw up a floater, a little too strong, back iron. ASU gets a nice rebound, gets it out in transition, but that is an encouraging way to end the half if the layup had fallen. Very encouraging.
But like you said, ASU could have gotten to 6, which would have been a much slim margin based on the way this offense played. Colorado, to end the half, was 0 of their last 4 from the field. And if you think about it, really looking at it, based on the way ASU's plays, not hitting that layup at the end is kind of a miss for the Sun Devils, if you think about it.
Very much so, because that could have, again, shifted it to a 2-possession. You got to count possessions. 2 possessions, 6, 3 possessions, 8. And when you're shooting it the way, ASU's shooting 32% from the field. If you shoot 32% from the field and you go into the halftime down 2 possessions, you're probably pretty happy where you're at. An 8-point deficit with the way they've been playing could be difficult to overcome, but there's, again, a lot of basketball left to be played. College basketball moves very slow, as evidenced by the basically hour-long first half we just had. It's a slow game. ASU will have its opportunities to get back into this one. It's a matter of can it take it or not.
It's going to be a very interesting second half as tempers have started to fly here in Boulder, Colorado. The Buffaloes, a 39-31 win over Arizona State. 2 teams that are 3-7 in conference play. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more as we're here at halftime in Colorado. Stay tuned. You're listening to Blaze Radio.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bill Austin Radio Studio in downtown Phoenix, Blaze Radio presents Boxing vs. Everyone. I'm Edward Eamon, host of Boxing vs. Everyone. Tune in Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Blaze Radio at BlazeRadioOnline.com for the latest boxing analysis, news, updates, and more.
Great moments are born
from watching Friday Night Lights camera action. Blaze Radio's one and only sports movie talk show is back. And are you gonna watch it?
Not only will I do it for you, yes, I'll do it for you.
We will watch anything and everything. From the weird movies.
He's right! Ain't no rules so the dog can't play basketball.
To the classics.
Hey, is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
Tune in every Friday night at 7 p.m. Arizona time to listen to Ethan Neal and Parker Perrell talk about the movie of the week.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host Pratham Maluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, go over the latest news, analyze players and matches, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune into Match Point every Wednesday from 3:30 to 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Do you think you know it all?
That you're different from the rest?
Do you think your matcha hours have raised your performance levels to the best?
Then come join me, Caleb,
And me, Kaylee,
and listen to our show, Niche for Niche.
the show where we take the pop culture trend of every week,
Make a playlist surrounding its aura,
and play it out loud for you
every Friday
at 1 p.m.
on Blaze Radio.
All aboard the Northeast Corridor. I'm Preston Rabb.
And I'm AJ Gonzalez. Sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the biggest trends.
We got you.
Be sure to listen on BlazeRadioOnline.com. What days are we on, AJ?
Every Tuesday.
That's right. So listen in.
We'll know if you don't listen.
Don't miss out on the hottest growing show on Blaze.
Tune in every Tuesday night only on Blaze Radio for the Northeast Corridor.
Are you a college student with a week's worth of homework due?
Are you a working class citizen who has to be up early?
Do you have little to no time to yourself? We don't care! So grab a cup of coffee or a can of Red Bull and tune into Off the Record on Blaze Radio every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m.
Off the Record offers all the news in music and pop culture.
And the audience can play along with our new game segments every week.
So be sure to tune into Off the Record on Blaze Radio from 9 to 10 p.m. every Thursday.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Oh! Onions! Double order!
Want to stay wrapped up in the madness of March and the glory of Saturday all year round? Tune into Onions, a college sports show, Monday nights from 9 to 10 on Blaze Radio. Hosted by Luke Lendler and Christian Jarmark, Onions will look at the world of college sports with the players, the moments, and the storylines that you won't want to miss. Onions, 9 to 10 p.m. Monday nights on Blaze Radio.
Do you want to stay updated on the world of soccer, or hear Arsenal fans tell you why we're winning the league? Then you need to tune in to Park the Bus on Blaze Radio. Go to blazeradioonline.com at 7:30 every Monday morning to hear Alex Swift and Bob Blue, alongside the occasional guest host, talk everything soccer.
Adventurer, quickly, I don't have much time. I have a quest for you. You must travel to blazeradioonline.com to listen to the stories on Traveler's Guide to Faerun. Find the dutiful guide, Anion Fack McDaniels, who can tell you all about the legendary lore of the world behind Dungeons & Dragons every single week. Remember, Adventurer, Traveler's Guide to Faerun, Monday nights at 7, only on Blaze Radio. Adventure awaits.
Hey Brooklyn, have you ever had a burning sports question?
No, Casey, because I listen to The Hot Seat, where they answer them all for me.
What's the hot seat?
You'll just have to listen to find out.
When can I listen?
Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
From two former athletes bringing you all the drama.
You won't want to miss these hot takes.
Everyone's favorite duo is back on the radio.
And for the third semester, they're better than ever.
So we'll see you in the hot seat.
For centuries, us Homo sapiens have been trying to answer the age-old question, what to do on Sunday mornings, and what would be the best companion to NFL football in the fall. Until now. Returning to Blaze Radio at 10 a.m. every Sunday, hosted by Jack Footer, aka J Foo, it's the J Foo Show! An hour of action-packed music that'll make you say, Sundays have never been so exciting. So tune into the J Foo Show Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio, blazeradioonline.com.
If you love being in the know for sports, the Scouting Session is the place for you.
We pull back the athletic curtain, giving you a look into the stars of tomorrow.
From the icy rinks in Canada
to the racetracks across the West Coast
and inside your favorite dugouts, we highlight young athletes from around the globe.
Plus, we bring them on the show for more in-depth conversations.
You won't want to miss it.
Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
If you like National League Baseball, then tune into the Senior Circuit, Sundays, 7 to 8 p.m. Arizona time on Blaze Radio.
Shohei Ohtani's just not going to be that good of a pitcher.
Ryan Nelson has all-star potential.
My hot take for the National League is that the Pirates will finish at the top of the National League Central and claim a spot in this year's playoffs.
When I say kettle, you say hot. Kettle.
Hot.
Kettle.
Hot.
When I say every, you say Sunday. Every.
Sunday.
Every.
Sunday.
That's right, folks. Every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com. Tune into the Kettle Hut with Nathan Kettle as the host with a special guest each and every week, talking all things sports, including their favorite sports teams, how their seasons are going, and what the future holds, along with a specialty draft of the guests choosing, where they decide, and we have some fun every Sunday on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Forks Up Sun Devils, join me, Chris Town, as I scour the entirety of ASU to find the heroes who do it all. The unsung who brave the challenges to make our university at the top. Let's bring the spotlight to those who do the most and see how they do it all. Join me for the Unsung Heroes of ASU, live every Thursday at 3 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
We just took our first lead of the game after being down by 7 runs. Close out the game, Wilkinshaw. Close out the game. You gotta be kidding me. Wilkinshaw, I hope you never get called up. I'm going to listen to Up on Deck so I can know what the heck is going on with this Aviators bullpen. I guess I advise everyone to listen to Up on Deck every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Hey, it's your good friend Max Cepeda, and we've been through so much over these last 3+ years. But as a wise man once said, all good things must come to an end.
God, you're so good at interviewing, Max. Jeez, someone give him an award.
It ain't about the game, it's about the game. You feel me, Max?
That's
Winnipeg whiteout. That's all I need to say.
Ain't no party like a zippy party. That needs to go on a t-shirt.
Blaze Radio presents the final season of The World According to Zippy. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. only on Blaze Radio, BlazeRadioOnline.com, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Whether you call it soccer, football, or footy, all of those are synonymous with the world's game. Across the pond, with Andrew Evans and Seth Golevsky, as you covered with all the footy action throughout Europe and throughout the world. From the Premier League to the Champions League, and with the 2026 World Cup coming up, we'll have it all for you guys throughout the year. Be sure to tune in every Monday from 4:30 to 5 Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella.
And I'm Landon, and this is Album Explain.
Catch us on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. or on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Every week, tune in to hear us talking about and dissecting a different album from artists like Pink Campers, Fleetwood Mac, and more.
As we try not to get off track by talking about random things like Jinx Monsoon and Lane and Drew.
Or Bella's thumb issues.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ta-ta.
Clark, step back three. You bet. Hall lets it fly.
Hey, it's Lauren. And I'm Kinla. We're two sports journalism majors who basically grew up on the field, the court, and in the stands.
Welcome to The Athlete Era, your weekly dose of women's sports and what it's really like to live life as 20-year-old girls in the sporting world.
From buzzer beaters and rivalries to our own behind-the-scenes stories, we bring you takes you won't hear anywhere else.
Catch Athlete Era every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 right here on Blaze Radio.
Tune in, call in, and join the era.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage?
Sunny and warm Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, you heard that right. High of 62 today in February, one of the warmest weeks that this city has seen in February of all time. But we are here indoors. Night has fallen. The moon is out. And I am Luke Lendler, joined to my left by Adam Beadle here on Blaze Radio. ASU Colorado doing battle in the CU Event Center, and in a first half that looked like, at least initially, it could have been one of ASU's strongest defensive performances of the season or the last 2 weeks. They came out really 3 great stops in a row. The tables turn. Colorado leads 39-31 and shot the leather off the ball for most of the first half. Adam, what needs to change?
Yeah, well, you talk about the beginning of the game and the way the Sun Devils started. They ran that 2-3 zone really to perfection the first couple of possessions, and then after the beginning of the game, it really just felt like Arizona State slowly started to fall more and more apart. On times in the offensive end, we saw them giving up some open looks. Granted, they had some open looks that were good enough. They just couldn't convert shots. One of those players in particular, Bryce Ford, had a couple shots from beyond the arc. He just got knocked down. It's not necessarily that ASU hasn't gotten the shots they wanted. They just haven't been able to knock them down, and that's kind of been a constant theme for this ASU team over the course of this season. It's just really haunted them in games and in situations when it's mattered most. And throughout this first half, I think that's really been the common trend. It's just when they've needed to make things happen, they haven't been able to execute, and it's clear and evident that Bobby Hurley is not happy about the way his team is playing. There were multiple times in the first half where players were coming over to the bench, arguing with Hurley. We even saw Pick Johnson at one point slap a chair over frustration, which some of the things the Sun Devils had done defensively. So I think at ASU, you were able to build a little bit of a momentum coming into halftime. Obviously, if Noah Mayusin would have made that layup attempt to cut the game to 6, that could have been huge for ASU. But I think it's still an 8-point ball game, and there's still an entire half of basketball to play. There is a lot of opportunity for ASU to be able to quickly turn things around.
And you talk about that sequence right before the end of half where Noah Mayusin missed a layup on a fast break. Well, right after Mayusin missed it, Odom went for the rebound, and then his momentum carried him into the body of Elijah Malone, big number 50 on Colorado, who basically, you could say, shoulder checked him regardless. The two collided. Odom went crashing to the floor, holding his face, rolling around. ASU's team and staff came over to tend to their point guard, exchanged some words, verbal barbs back and forth by both teams as they went into the locker room. And Malone has been assessed a flagrant 1 during the break. So ASU will come out of the break shooting 2 free throws, which has been an area of strength for this team. But something I want to talk about, Adam, is Malone obviously plays big inside, didn't play a ton in that first half. Yet, interior, the presence has been with Colorado in this game. They are dominating the glass, especially offensively. How does ASU need to reestablish its physicality in the second half?
I think it's just really about going back to the basics and what you're doing. It's running that 2-3 zone like they did. It felt like they had gotten comfortable running that 2-3 zone early and then switched to a man, and then they just started going back and forth, and it really felt like they couldn't keep control. For with ASU, I think what you need to do going into the second half, especially defensively, is build some sort of control. Be able to establish yourself and be rooted in the floor and defensive side of the ball, and be able to know, hey, we're going to go out here and get a couple of stops, and our offense can come back out and get open looks. And when I think we talk about offensively what Sun Devils need to do, something that Bobby Hurley doesn't like to do a lot, but set plays. I think the more ASU comes out of their timeout, being able to organize things and figure out what they can do, the more points they're going to put up on the board.
The Sun Devils 10 for 31 from the field in the first half. Colorado 15 for 32. These are two teams that are solid offensively, but it's the defense that has really let them both down this season. Colorado 53rd in offensive rating according to KenPom. ASU 87th, which is around the middle of the pack in the Big 12. As Odom steps to the line to shoot a pair of flagrant free throws. And this is a player in Odom that really shouldered the load offensively for ASU for much of the earlier part of the season, but has struggled a little bit of late. He came, in a pretty nice performance, all things considered, against Colorado. Last time they played 21 points, but he had 7 turnovers. And yet tonight, he's 3 for 5 from the field. He's got 10 points, but you got the sense in the first half he might have been leaving some stuff on the floor.
Yeah, what's been interesting for Arizona State is it feels like when some problems arose and start to go away, there's other problems that arose. And for that, ASU, I think, they struggled very early on in the season turning the ball over. And then you get to the start of conference play, and they're not shooting as well as they did in non-conference play, and they're not turning the ball over as much as they did. So it's really just been this back and forth action. So for Arizona State, how can you find ways to build some more stability in your offense? And maybe with Pick Johnson coming out and starting in the second half, that could be it.
And Mukeba right away goes to work, but he's swatted away by Dak. Had a good look on the first possession of the half, but Colorado controls possession and brings it the other way. It's with Hargis. He steps back along two, is good. As Colorado gets the first points of the half on the board, it is 41-32 Buffaloes with 19:27 to play in this one.
I think the first stretch of this second half is going to be really important for really the rest of this game for Arizona State, just based off what kind of tone they want to set. If they come out flat and are able to get things going, I don't think it's going to be positive for ASU down the line.
Big Johnson fakes the three, drives in, it's knocked away, but he saves it back to Grubevich in the corner, and his three-pointer is good. As ASU gets a three early, Grubevich thought he was fouled. Hurley seemingly agreeing, but regardless, 3 points is 3 points as there's 18:56 left, and ASU just trimmed the deficit to 6 as they come out in that 2-3 zone look that they frequently used in the first half. It's with Hargis, swings it to the wing, now back down low Sanders. Sanders tries to back into Mukeba, lost his footing. They're gonna say he was pulled down by the Belgian. So the first foul of the period goes against the senior, Alan Mukeba. And the Buffs will get a shot clock semi-reset to 20 and a new chance to score.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like there was much Mukeba could do. Hargis kind of spinned into him and wasn't able to maneuver around quick enough.
Hargis with it now gives it up. Isaiah Johnson, right wing, back to his point guard. Sanders free throw line jumper, back iron, and rebounded by Andre Grubevich. Kind of went up with the trees there to bring that one down between Dak and Jop. But ASU gets a stop on its first half-court set of the second half, as Jop will have it now at the top of the key. Sizing up Dak, gives it up to his point guard Odo, angles right, drives to the basket, flips it back to Jop. It went through his hands, but Grubevich controlled the rebound. He steps back, looking for options, gives it up to Jop. Little Euro step and a float from way outside the paint is no good, but Grubevich is fouled on the putback. And so the Montenegro native will go to the line and shoot a pair, as ASU with multiple offensive rebounds already in the second half.
I was going to say, how about Arizona State fighting for some of these offensive boards early? A good positive sign for the Sun Devils, who really were missing a lot of shots and just had to run back to the other end.
Andre Grubevich at the line. Hurley brought him over from Montenegro, specifically SC Derby in Europe's ABA League over the summer. He's a junior. He's got 2 years of eligibility, even though he's 23 years old. And he's been playing pro for 8 years, Adam. Started playing pro at 15. I don't know what you were doing at 15.
I can tell you I was not playing pro basketball.
I fully agree. I think I was maybe sitting in the back of pre-algebra. I don't know.
I was in marching band.
There you go.
Back in the day. So
what instrument did you play?
I was on the drum line.
Oh, look at this guy. You learn something new about him every day. Grubevich makes the first, splashes the second. And ASU has cut the deficit to 4 with 18 minutes left in the second half as a full court press is deployed.
And I like that from Bobby Hurley. Try to put as much pressure on this Colorado team as you can and try to build the momentum at the same time.
Hargis breaks it and then swings it left wing Holland, who stares down Obed and gives it back to Hargis. Kick to the corner, Johnson triple, short. Grubevich went up and got it again. 2 strong rebounds for the power forward so far in the second half. Up ahead, Mukeba, nobody around him. The layup is good and the foul. Odom all kinds of fired up. Great outlet pass from the senior. And the grad student connection lets ASU with a chance to cut this to a 1-point deficit with Mukeba at the line.
It kind of felt like Mukeba at the last second switched from maybe dunking that ball to then just laying it in and making sure he got the shot. Nonetheless, smart decision, and ASU a 7-0 run within the first minute and 25 seconds of this first half.
Mukeba gets the free throw to go, so it's 41-40 with 17:39 in what felt like the blink of an eye. ASU has clawed its way right back into this one. Coaches always talk about punching first in the second half. Well, Odom probably thought he got punched before the halftime even started when he ran into Malone. But ASU responds with a haymaker, and we're back to a game here in Boulder, as Hargis will bring it across the timeline with his heels on the Buffalo's tail. Give it up to Ranchik. Ranchik over to Johnson. Back to Ranchik on that left wing. He gets it down low to McKaylee. He tries to spin into Jop, slid his feet, and that's a travel.
Yeah, you can just see the court presence from ASU. They look a lot more energized in the second half. It felt like at parts in that first half, they really were just sort of beating one another up. It didn't have a whole lot of energy with them, but maybe that was a message from Bobby Hurley at halftime about his guys just keeping positive on the court when things are going their way.
Sun Devils rocking the maroon jerseys for the first time all season. And this one, as they match up against Colorado, donning white from head to toe. As it's Grubevich who Seeds the ball to Jop at the top of the key. Hands it to his point guard, Odom, who knifes his way inside and steps back and gets the long two to fall. And just like that, ASU retakes its first lead since the opening minutes of this one. It's 42-41 Sun Devils with 16:50 left as Johnson's going to stare down Pig Johnson offensively before giving it up to Hargis. Drives in, bodies fly, and Hargis' jumper is good. And the lead goes back to Colorado with 16:30 and counting left in the second half. Odom angles left, hops back now. The deep triple is up and down for a three-pointer. Mo Odom's got the bench throwing up threes as the Sun Devils take a 2-point lead. Colorado quickly trying to respond here. It's in the hands of Hargis. He'll get a screen and kick out to Johnson, who's immediately doubled. Gives it up to Ranchik, who throws inside. They're going to say a foul down low. Jop and Malone were jousting for position. And that will be number 2 on Masamba Jop.
Yeah, and going back to those shots from Mo Odom, back-to-back step-back jumpers. And when we see Mo Odom make plays like that a lot, similarly to how he made plays early on in the season, that's when ASU is at its best. It's fitting that they would regain the lead for the first time when Mo Odom is making good shots. He's going to need to continue to do that for ASU.
Hargis hangs and gets the rattler to go from the left hash. As Colorado ties this at 45 as we're inside of 16, the next stoppage will take us to a timeout. But for now, ASU probably playing basketball, content to keep playing. It doesn't need any sort of timeout as Johnson angles off the screen out to Mukeba, puts his shoulder into the defender. They're going to say he was fouled. It looks like it was Hargis who got a little too handsy on the drive. And that will take us to the under 16 timeout. Boos raining in from the Colorado student section, not happy with the call. But ASU 3 for its last 3, comes out of the half, you know, with a little bit of juice and a little bit of energy after heading into the half, getting smacked in the face physically and on the scoreboard. Odom and company firing their way back into this one. It's 45-45 with 15:49 left in this game. Adam Beadle to my left, I am Luke Lendler. You are listening to Blaze Radio, and we'll be right back.
Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bill Austin Radio Studio in downtown Phoenix, Blaze Radio presents Boxing vs. Everyone. I'm Edward Eamon, host of Boxing vs. Everyone. Tune in Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Blaze Radio at BlazeRadioOnline.com for the latest boxing analysis, news, updates, and more.
Great moments are born
from watching Friday Night Lights camera action. Blaze Radio's one and only sports movie talk show is back. And are you gonna watch it?
Not only will I do it for you, yes, I'll do it for you.
We will watch.
Back here in Boulder, ASU 45, Colorado 45. The Sun Devils come out of the half swinging to take a 7-point lead as cheers and boos exchanged by the crowd as they are showing ASU fans in the Jumbotron, followed up by an old-timey Colorado fan who, bless her soul, looks to be probably well north of 90 and is waving her pom-pom around like she's a freshman and she's enjoying a hoops game for the first time. But it'll be ASU ball out of the timeout with 15:48 left in the game. And after playing so well in these first 4 minutes and change the second half, how can ASU keep that momentum rolling?
I think you just got to don't let the foot off the gas. Really, they're doing good things on the defensive and offensive end right now. They're chasing down boards, which is extremely important.
As Mayusin throws up an air ball and a baseline jumper and is met with according jeers as ASU falls back into its zone. Pass inside, Odom trying to get in there with Fofaz, and it was turned over. A nice play by Odom to result in the ricochet up ahead. Long pass from Houston, he caught it and he's shoved out of bounds. The referee's gonna call a foul. Looks like that one's going on Sanders. He doesn't like it, crowd doesn't like it. Hurley and company quiet, I'm stunned.
Yeah, Hargris and Mayusin collided as they were going for the ball.
Right,
I'm not sure that there was a lot of contact there. It kind of just seemed like they were both trying to fight for a deep court pass from Odom, but Hargris gets the call.
Threw it inside, he'll spin it up and miss short. Defended nicely by Aranchik, and the Buffs come the other way with the ball in the hands of Isaiah Johnson. Freshman phenom leads the team in scoring. He's guarded by Pig Johnson on the wing. Now gets it to Sanders in the short corner, who tosses back to the freshman. Back out top of the key, Aranchik. Looking for a screen, but rather will give it up to Hargris. He drives and is fouled by Odom. That is the second of the half on the point guard. And looks like his second of the game. ASU, after picking up just one foul in the first 10 minutes of the game, have already racked up 3 early in the second half. So foul trouble, not a problem yet for ASU. They got a couple guys with 2, including Alan Mukeba and Masamba Diop and Mo Odom.
But that was a problem for Arizona State the last time these two teams met, as ASU didn't struggle a whole lot with fouls in the first half and got late in the game, and some players who really had a huge impact in the game were having to take a seat.
Johnson drives in, gets past Diop, and the floater is up and in. Nice play by the freshman, racking up points on the season, but for him, that was just his 7th of the night. As Odom will bring the ball into the offensive half for the Sun Devils. ASU hasn't scored the last couple possessions. It's with 4 now in the right wing. He was 0 for 4 in the first half. Back in the hands of Odom, top key, doubled off of a screen, as Mayusin's gonna fling the cross-court switch pass to Truitt, who will drive in, and he's fouled. They're gonna say Aranchik got handsy and shoved. And this referee, I mean, there's 14:24 left in this one. This guy might need witness protection going to the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of calls that are being made early here. It seems like, you know, the officials aren't letting a whole lot slide. It is kind of evident these teams are getting a little bit more physical with each other as we've gotten into the second half, but they're calling almost everything right now.
5 fouls already in the second half for Colorado as Odom's fouled on the perimeter. Not sliding his feet too well was Hargris, and he is whistled for his second in the last couple minutes. Colorado is up to 6 team fouls already, Adam Beadle. That means 1 more, and ASU shooting. There's 14 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, that could be huge for Arizona State.
As another whistle, this time offensive. Mayusin, they basically got him for offensive pass interference. He's trying to separate from the defender, 2 hands pushed off. And when you do it right in front of stripes, you're not going to get away with that one.
Absolutely not, and Hurley is not too happy about it. I'm sure he was happy about those other ones that got called, though.
ASU's coaches imploring it to dig in on the other end. Looks like their 2-3 has evolved to a 3-2 with 3 guards in the court. As the corner goes to Inman for 3, it's around and out, and a rebound by Mayusin. He'll flip it up to Odom, who quickly switches hands, drives in, scoop layup is good. Same hand, same leg, same result for Odom so far in the second half. Gets the 2-pointer to fall, and we're tied at 47 with 13:40 left in this one.
Like I said, when Mo Odom's playing good basketball, Arizona State's playing good basketball. That's what we're seeing.
Nice angle cut from Johnson, and he gets the floater to fall. Found the weak side of the zone, and he got the look right on the Big 12 logo just inside the paint. These two teams trading baskets in the second period, as it's 49-47 Colorado, 13 and change left. Ford with it on the right wing, hasn't scored yet. A couple step backs, drives in, kicks to the corner, but they're going to say his big foot got on the line. And that's a turnover for ASU. Just its second of the half, as the team's posted 5 so far tonight.
Yeah, I think the key is for ASU here, don't get too complacent with the momentum you've built. It feels like they're kind of going back to playing this bit of form of sloppy basketball that we saw them play a bit in the first half. They keep digging in too far.
Johnson gets inside and rolls it home. The freshman's starting to feel it. 3 quick buckets in the second half for him. He has quickly climbed to 11 points after a quiet first half by hit standards. The LA native making life difficult for ASU defenders. Second time he's played them all year. Jop didn't get the ball on a back screen and won it. Trying to post up down low, isn't getting the look. Odom corner triple, nylon. As Odom continues to respond offensively for the Sun Devils, it's 51-50 with 12.5 left.
Yeah, Odom is having one of his best shooting nights as of recent. 21 points, 7 of 9 from the field, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc.
Hanger is sniping inside. He'll float from the same spot as the last 2 Johnson baskets and get it to go. ASU's interior defense slipping as of late, but Odom's offense has kept this game in the balance. 12-10 left and a 53-50 lead for Colorado. Odom trying to initiate, but he gives it up to Mayusin, who's blitzed off the screen, gets to Jop, 10-footer, all net. As a nice little jumper from Jop gets him on the score sheet for the second half. Just his 7th point of the game. Crossover from Hargress, he's inside, kicks it out corner. Inman pump fakes, now drives, now back outside to Ranchik. He'll give it up to Johnson. Johnson seemingly using his head to tilt screens in his direction, but he cuts inside, now steps back deep. 3 is short, but a great rebound from Ranchik. He goes up and gets the foul up to go. The crowd wants a foul. Tad Boyle wants a foul, but no call, we play on. And 55-52 the lead for Colorado with 11:20 left in this one. Odom gives it up to Jop, who hands off to Mayusin. ASU running circular action on the perimeter as Ford cuts inside, tries to hang and hit, and he does. Tough bucket for Bryce Ford as the Scottsdale native gets one to go to put himself into the box score tonight.
Bryce Ford was 0 of 4 from beyond the arc to start this game and goes in and probably makes the most impressive layup so far in this one.
Inman pump fakes a 3. Now he'll fire wide open, rattles around and out. Jop threw Fawaz to the ground, but didn't get the call. Now Odom will pull for 3 off to the right.
Yeah, it was not in the right spot for Odom. He was running right behind Mayusin and got stuck behind him.
Sweet feet from Hargress. He goes up and hits. Crowd loves that one. Throws a flex after throwing a spin move, and Odom on his way down the court. We're on the seesaw, Adam Beadle. It's 57-54 Colorado.
I mean, is this not Big 12 basketball? Shots going back and forth. This is what you live for on a Saturday night.
Drives in, and he's fouled. That'll kill the momentum, sure. And that'll take us to the under 12. But wow, what a sequence we're getting from these 2 teams. I mean, after a pretty slow and sluggish first half, ASU 4 of its last 5, Colorado 5 of its last 7. What really clicked for these teams, Adam?
I think it's just that they're both moving the ball around extremely well, and they're both moving quick in transition. You see ASU, most of the buckets they've been getting right now are off the fast break in Colorado as well. They're able to get down the court quickly, then find guys in open areas and able to hit down shots. Granted, Colorado's been hitting some of the more difficult shots and really missing their open looks is really what's been crazy for the Buffaloes, but still a 3-point game. It feels like these teams are playing incredibly contested, but Colorado now 7 fouls, 10 minutes left to go. We'll see how much of a factor that plays.
ASU, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the Big 12 for the first couple games of the conference slate, but they've fallen down on the wayside. They were number 1, now they're number 5. We'll see how that impacts the team going forward. But we're going to take a quick break as we're at the under 12. 2 teams huddling it up, talk it over. Adam and I will do the same. We'll be right back after this.
Listening, everyone. Ta-ta.
Clark, step back 3. You bet. Hall lets it fly.
Hey, it's Lauren.
And I'm Kinla. We're 2 sports journalism majors who basically grew up on the field, the court, and in the stands.
Welcome to the Athlete Era, your weekly dose of women's sports and what it's really like to live life as 20-year-old girls in the sporting world.
From buzzer beaters and rivalries to our own behind-the-scenes stories, we bring you takes you won't hear anywhere else.
Catch Athlete Era every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 right here on Blaze Radio.
Tune in, call in, and join the era.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big 12 sports and Big 12 sports only. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into The Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The
Back with you here at the CU Event Center, where legends roam, as it says on the wall, sitting cat a corner from us. Colorado, plenty of NBA talent to brag about. Tristan Da Silva, first-round pick of the Magic 2 years ago. Cody Williams.
Perry High School legend,
Perry
Cody
High School,
Williams.
Arizona guy. You know, unfortunately for you, we haven't had a lot. There's a couple of Arizona high school guys on this Colorado team that haven't really gotten in. We haven't gotten a chance to talk about them. But maybe, you know, Fawaz will get in the game going forward. He's an ASU, he's an Arizona high school guy. He's got a teammate as well. Isaiah Johnson, I mean, he's done plenty. He just hasn't gotten to the line yet. As Jop hits the first, he's 4 for 4 from the line.
Yeah, and these are crucial now for ASU. Colorado's got 7 fouls. Every time you get to the line, you're going to want to make every single one of them. It can drastically change a basketball game when you make your free throws.
So Gribovich will take Jop out of the game as ASU falls back into its 2-3, down by 1 with 10:15 left in this one. Not a huge lineup in the game for ASU right now. They have Alan Mukeba at center.
It looks like they moved to a bit of a 3-2 now.
Yeah, it seemed like they're kind of in many forms of defense as the layup is up and good, plus the foul. Jalen Holland had led the team with 12 points last time out against Baylor and gets the N1 to fall there.
Foul number 23, McCabe. That's personal foul number 3.
And that's 3 fouls on McCabe, which is a tough ask when he just took Jop out of the game because he has 2.
I mean, you talk about guys who stepped up for Colorado, especially freshman Jalen Holland is one of those kids, a 4-star prospect, Dream City Christian in Arizona. He only averages 4.1 points a game season, but he started against Baylor. He had 12 points, and now he's been able to get it going here late for Colorado.
As the pass is deflected out of bounds by Colorado, as imploring his coach to challenge is Sebastian Ranchik, and they're going to get the call. So it looked like it was thrown inside. Houston was trying to throw it down low for Gribovich. And Ranchik got his hand in there. Ball flew into the student section. Referee whistled in favor of the Sun Devils. But just judging by Ranchik's reaction, you can probably assume he thinks he's in the right here. We'll see. They'll show the look.
Be sure to scan the QR code on the video board now.
But as we wait for this replay to come up, it's a good time to kind of zoom out and talk about where these two teams are at right now in their Big 12 seasons. Colorado is 3-7 in conference, as are the Sun Devils. These two teams have been unable to string multiple conference wins together back-to-back. ASU has given away a plethora of contests that it's been leading late. It's also played at #1 Arizona close twice. Colorado, meanwhile, they've really struggled away from home. They're 1 for 5 outside the confines of the CU Event Center. But, at home they're 10-4. A lot of that bolstered by a non-conference slate. But these are two teams that Odom said it best this week. When you play in a conference as good as the Big 12, a 4-game win streak will get you right back into the conversation. And these teams are kind of waiting, hoping they can embark on one of those.
Yeah, and Arizona State has been so close so many times. I mean, you look at their record, 12-11, 3-7 conference play, but how many of those games have been up against really extremely tough opponents that they played close? You mentioned Arizona. Granted, BYU kind of ran with things. Houston ran away with things. I think Arizona State has lost a couple of games, especially against West Virginia in particular. They probably wouldn't have wanted to drop. But they've also won a couple that have been big. I think that Cincinnati win at home a couple weeks ago is huge. Versus Colorado, this is a team that started the season 10-3. It was their best start since 2019 season. And since then, they've gone 3-7. So it just feels like Arizona State has kind of been on the better end of things in a sense, just from a perspective on the trajectory of their season, where Colorado seems to still be trying to figure out the rotation, pick up everything, and figure out where they need to be. But we got to remember, Arizona State, this is a team that coming into the season expected to have a couple of more players than we maybe thought maybe they could have potentially a 10-man rotation at times this season. Obviously tonight it's an 8-man rotation. I think against Utah it was a 7-man rotation. So it's kind of just these, lurking factors that have just hurt a couple of these Bobby Hurley teams over the last couple of years, including this season.
Arizona, the number 1 team in the country, undefeated, leads the Big 12. They're 10-0.
And how about that win today against Oklahoma State?
A 30-point smacking of Oklahoma State, a team that's been stingy and just pulled off an upset against BYU.
Yeah.
And so Arizona's at the very top, and then you kind of have teams like Houston, Kansas, Iowa State, all 8 wins. Houston has 1 loss, Kansas and Iowa State have 2. That's kind of like that, maybe 1B tier, and then you get to the top of the 2 tier. Texas Tech is 6-3, but they've beaten Houston. UCF is 6-4, but they've beaten Texas Tech. West Virginia quietly hanging around at 6-4 there in conference. In the first year under Ross Hodge, they were playing incredible defense, slowing a lot of teams down, being pretty successful. BYU obviously is the top-end talent of AJ Navansis, the projected probably 2nd overall pick in the draft right now, but a bona fide star. And then you get to that kind of bunch of teams trying to figure it out tier. You're Oklahoma State, TCU, Cincinnati, Baylor, Colorado, Arizona State, Kansas State, and Utah. One of those teams, you get the sense, has to jump up from that tier. Just which one is going to be is the question.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a tightly contested race. And you look at the way Arizona State, you lose that game away in UCF, a game you were at in the bag, you were up 11 and then lost it. West Virginia, you struggled. And it just really has been just a couple of heartbreaking things for Arizona State. So I think a win against Colorado here tonight would be huge for Sun Devils. But for Colorado at the same time, they just want to climb as much as they can before the tournament.
The challenge was successful by Colorado, so the Buffs have the ball. As Isaiah Johnson has his heels on the Buffalo tail. As they're trying to initiate some offense here. ASU throwing a man look at the Buffs as Johnson tries to initiate a roll action. The throw down low to Dak, but it's poked away by Mayusin, and they're going to say he hooked Dak from behind. Puts the ball down, not very happy with the call, and the referee gives him a bit of a glare, saying, don't do that. Next time, I might not be so kind. And the entire ASU team immediately says, we understand, we will talk to him. We don't need a tech right now, Noah. So Colorado will set it up under the basket for a baseline out of bounds look. Hargris, Dak, both on the court, as is Jalen Holland and Isaiah Johnson, but this one finds Ranchik trying to post up Odom down low. Fans imploring him to go at the point guard. Digs inside, kicks to the corner for Holland, who gives it up. Now Johnson's triple rattles out, and a foul on Gribovich, it appears, on the rebound. So the ball will stay with Colorado as they will get a fresh 30.
Bobby Hurley just took a seat in front of the Colorado student section.
And they're letting him hear it in response. It's like a satellite chair to the rest of the bench. He's almost in an annex of sorts off to the side. Not happy with that one. He spins around. He's talking to somebody that looks like the head trainer, asking him if he liked that call. ASU's trainer seemingly exchanging a couple words of agreement with Bobby. As the free throw is up and out, as the front of the 1-1 is missed, but Holland gets the rebound for the Buffs. So that'll reset with 20 on the clock, driving in and putting up the shot, and the layup is no good. Hargris had a good look, but got fouled. As now the whistle's starting to really blow for both teams. That is ASU's 7th foul. So for all the talk you and I had opening of this half about how Colorado was really putting themselves in a tough hole, ASU has said, no, not so fast. Anything you can do, I can do better. And is now, that was their 8th foul. So,
and not a good position for the Sun Devils. You got McCabe with 3, Mayusin with 3. You can't keep stacking these fouls. Again, this is the same exact scenario that happened when these two teams played in Tempe in January. As ASU were building up these fouls as they were getting in their stride, finding some momentum, bringing the game close. And it really was just that fact that they weren't able to pull away with a win.
Hargris knocks down both free throws. He's up to 23 points on the night. As Colorado's leader in minutes is also its leader in points on this Saturday evening in Boulder. ASU trying to respond. It trails by 6 with 9 minutes left in the game. Mayusin will drive in and toss it back to Bukeba, who's dribbling the ball on the perimeter. Cuts inside on Dak, tries to put his shoulder into him, but he smokes the left-handed layup. As here come the Buffaloes in transition. Up ahead, Ranchik goes into a throng of defenders, but gets the tough finish to roll in. And a little run here from Colorado is suddenly giving the home team an 8-point lead. They're on a 7-0 run, and Bobby wants a timeout. As the CEO Vet Center rises to its feet to greet the home side as they go to their bench and talk things over.
Yeah, smart decision on this offensive end by Truitt on not attacking that ball. I think that was a smart decision to not pick up a foul on that shot, especially when you know you're going to need your bigs, including yourself, late in the game. But for Arizona State, it's again back to what was happening in the first half, where they ran that 2-3 zone to perfection to start the half. And the more and more we get later in the half, it just becomes sloppy and falls apart. ASU switches to a 3-2. They're scoring man-to-man. The insufficiency for ASU is what's shining here because they can't stick to a program. And I think that has been the case for ASU on both sides of the ball and why they have allowed Colorado to go on a 7-0 run.
ASU struggling to score in its last few possessions offensively. Odom, namely, who really got involved early in the half, hasn't scored in the last 4 minutes of game time as the Buffs are on a 7-0 run. It'll be ASU ball at inbound. It is an 8-point deficit for the visitors with 8:39 and counting to play. As Jop gets it at the top of the key, faces up now, swings it over to Odom, who angles inside, kicks it back out. Johnson almost dropped the pass. Now he'll hoist, short on the three-point attempt. It rattles into the corner and will go out of bounds as there was not a Sun Devil in the zip code. But ASU will charge up, looking to maybe press this Buffalo's team, trying to force them in a couple more turnovers, of which Colorado has 8 on the game. Ranchik to inbound. Gets it to Hargress, who kicks it right back to the inbounder, who drives in at advantage, and just missing on the lob is Dak. He'll throw it up into Odom, who chases into the corner, but loses control and crashes into the student section. Not a great pass from Johnson. As ASU, I would probably say, is now 1 for 4 on those outlet attempts. They've really thrown a couple out of bounds.
There's been a couple of those cross-court passes today, and I don't think ASU has recovered a single one of them.
So after a series of unfortunate events by both sides, we reach the 8-minute mark, and Colorado leads 64-56. As the ball is in the hands of Isaiah Johnson, he gives it back to Hargress, gets a screen from Dak, rolls, now kicks weak side, Johnson triple. Off the front of the rim and controlled by Mayusin. He'll push it the other way. Drives in, kicks back to Odom, flings it down low, Jop, nobody around him, and he flushes it home.
Throw it down one time, the Samba Jop. As ASU's trying to build momentum. And the one thing that stood out to me about this ASU team this year is how active their assistants have been on the bench. And you see after every single offensive possession, almost all of them are standing up trying to work out the next play on the defensive end.
Holland on the right wing. He gets it to the top of the key to Ranchik. Isolating on Truitt. Jab step jumper rattles around. Jop almost dropped the rebound, but there was nobody offering resistance. So the Sun Devils control possession. And Odom makes his way across half court as the crowd starts to chant a little bit here and gets a little bit involved after being so loud earlier in the second half. Houston will pull it back out and kick to Odom on the left wing. He drives and is fouled on the attack. So he will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. But that'll be after the two teams talk things over as we reach the under 8 here in the second half. Colorado 64, ASU 58, 7:08 left in this one. Two teams will talk it over. We'll be right back on Blaze Radio.
Down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bill Austin Radio Studio in downtown Phoenix, Blaze Radio presents Boxing vs. Everyone. I'm Edward Neiman, host of Boxing vs. Everyone. Tune in Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Blaze Radio at blazeradioonline.com for the latest boxing analysis, news, updates, and more.
Great moments are born
from watching Friday Night Lights Camera Action. Blaze Radio's one and only sports movie talk show is back. And are you gonna watch it?
Not only will I do it for you, yes, I'll do it for you.
We will watch anything and everything. From the weird movies.
He's right. Ain't no rules said the dog can't play basketball.
To the classics.
Hey, is this heaven?
No, it's Iowa.
Tune in every Friday night at 7 p.m. Arizona time to listen to Ethan Neal and Parker Perrell talk about the movie of the week.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host Pratham Maluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, go over the latest news, analyze players and matches, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune into Match Point every Wednesday from 3:30 to 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Do you think you know it all?
That you're different from the rest?
Do you think your matcha hours have raised your performance levels to the best?
Then come join me, Caleb,
And me, Kaylee,
and listen to our show, Niche for Niche.
the show where we take the pop culture trend of every week,
Make a playlist surrounding its aura
and play it out loud for you
every Friday
at 1 p.m.
on Blaze Radio.
All aboard the Northeast Corridor. I'm Preston Rabb.
And I'm AJ Gonzalez. Sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the big...
Back with you here at the CU Event Center in Boulder, Colorado. As ASU trails by 6, but point guard Mo Odom at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Native of the Bronx, but has spent his entire collegiate career out west. Played at Pacific in the West Coast Conference in Pepperdine, and then was the first of ASU's 14 newcomers to announce his commitment to the team in the offseason.
It's a crazy day and age of college basketball that we live in.
Odom and Hurley have talked at length about how much of themselves they see in each other. Both kind of East Coast point guards, undersized, but still effective. Odom always talks about how, he's not the biggest guy. He's probably 6 flat, barely 165, 170 pounds. But he said growing up, you had to find a way to win. And that's, to stay on the court when you're playing at the park with your friends. And he's trying to carry that with him everywhere he goes. And he's been ASU's leader throughout this season as he sinks the second. So it's a 4-point deficit for the Sun Devils with 7:08 to play. As taking it across half court is Hargis. As the Buffaloes trying to initiate some action on the weak side. Mayusin right up in the grill of Ranchik at the top of the key. He drives in, gives Mayusin a bump, spins, he's doubled. Kick to the corner, Hargis for 3. Too strong, but a lot of buffs there to get the rebound, and they pulled it down. Ramczyk drives inside. Jop was right there, and he left the layup short. Jop tipped it out, and it's controlled by Truitt, who throws it back to Johnson in a breath for Hurley's squad.
Yeah, that's the one thing ASU's missing just a little bit is that a size advantage under the rim. It's really been a problem for them all year. Just Jop's really your only guy that can fight for rebounds, and when they're at length and he's being boxed out, very likely that the offense is going to recover.
It's down low with him now, but he turns it over. But unable to control the ball on the steal attempts is Josiah Sanders, so it goes out of bounds. And the Sun Devils will keep possession. 9 to shoot and 6:20 left. That would, if it had been converted, would have been ASU's 8th turnover of the game. And it's 5th of the half, but the Sun Devils get away with that one. Lobbed up to Jop. Oh my goodness! He puts Hargis on a screensaver. Click, click, Barrington Hargis.
I think the entire arena collectively just went, oh. My goodness, Masamba Jop.
I can hear the Sports Center music already. Put that on top 10 plays. Dak has it on the perimeter. He will drive, trying to answer. The push shot is good. Wow. Masamba Jop up high, down hard. Jaws still on the floor at the CU Event Center, but the Buffaloes lead 66-62. 5:40 left in this one. Odom pulls for 3. Rattles around, no good. Rebound, Buffs. Here comes Isaiah Johnson. Full head of steam, but he pulls it back out. Now gives it back. Ranchik triple. But a cheese. That's number 4 for Ramczyk from downtown. He's feeling himself, and so is the crowd. Odom drives in. Johnson pump fakes 3. Angles the attack inside. Tough layup, no, but he's fouled. Dak didn't like the call.
Hey, good job by Pig driving into the contact on that shot.
So Johnson will go to the line. Adam Beadle, I am still thinking about what Masamba Jop did. Oh my goodness.
I'm excited to see if ASU's social team pumps out something.
Please tell me the creative somebody tell me you got that. I mean, our good friend Dominic Pasella is right on the baseline with the camera pointed at ASU's basket. For his sake, I hope he got the angle. There's a lot of bodies in the way. Maybe he didn't get the shot. Big Johnson's first free throw is good. So it's 69, 63, Colorado.
Pay attention to Colorado's lineup right now. They've got a bunch of smaller bodies out on the floor.
And that comes with Job still on the court, standing next to the referee.
And ASU's got Mukeba and Job out there. Colorado's tallest guy is Ranchik.
Ranchik standing, you know, he's a 6'11", but he's kind of a slender 6'11", more of a wing than he is a guy who bangs around inside. So we'll see if size or speed is the name of the game here. As a quick in and out dribble gets ASU's defense on its heels with Isaiah Johnson, who gives it back to Hargress.
ASU going back to man-to-man now.
Flicks it down low to Ranchik, has it poked away and out of bounds by Mayusin. So possession will stay with the home team with 13 to shoot and 4:57 on the clock. The Buffs lead by 5. It's with Sanders now, top of the key. Tries to drive on Mukeba, shoulders into the defender, but he lost it going through, and a jump ball. Mukeba got both hands on the top and the bottom of the rock. Big, strong guy. And Sanders tried to basically throw himself in the air to get the call. Mukeba didn't give an inch, and Sanders went flying. They're showing the replay. Fans want to foul Adam Beadle. We had a great view of that. I didn't think that was a call at all.
I don't think there was a foul there. I think Mukeba did a great job at keeping his hands on the ball the entire time. I think if you were to lose your hands, that's when maybe they call a foul. But the fact that he just stood still and tried to rip it the whole time is the reason why there was a no call. Great no call there.
Off the screen, gets to Mayusin in the corner, who has it knocked away and out of bounds. 13 to shoot for the Sun Devils with 4:33 left. I mean, I think as the kids today say, that was weight room around Mukeba. Look, he's a big guy. Looks like he'd probably go play tight end for Kenny Dillingham next season. But I think he's out of eligibility.
And like we talked about, ASU using this size to their advantage right now.
Odom drives off the drop screen, flips it down low, and the tip pass is good. Nice little quick fire combination there. Mukeba to Jop, the French connection. Two very close friends, and Mukeba being a big part of Jop's just inclusion on the team. Fluent French speaker, as is Jop. As it's Hargress with it now, driving on Johnson, steps back, pulls up, short and rattling and no good. Ball still loose under the basket, and it's controlled by Holland, who lost the handle, but it was deflected by Odom. And out of bounds, no call, the foul call rather, as bodies go crashing into the courtside seats. Jop shot his finger up in the air. I don't know if he wants a sub or if he's saying that rebound was on him for not grabbing.
There's a couple of things that could have been. Maybe questioning whether or not it went off on Holland.
Fans not well pleased with the officiating so far tonight. 3-point lead for the Buffaloes as Johnson drives in, loses his balance, gets back up and gets a layup to go. Street ball move from Isaiah Johnson as the Buffaloes push their lead to 5 with 3:45 left. Next stoppage will take us to a timeout. Fans getting loud here in the CU Event Center. Odom rolls off a job screen, down low to Mukeba, not a body in sight. Big pound dribble, and they're going to say he hooked his defender. Offensive foul. And ASU loses a possession. That'll be its 8th turnover of the night, its 5th of the half, as we go to the under 4 timeout. It's a 5-point lead for Colorado with 3.5 minutes remaining. For Adam Beadle, I'm Luke Lendler. Don't go anywhere. We got an exciting finish coming up in Boulder. You're listening to Blaze Radio.
Athlete Era, your weekly dose of women's sports and what it's really like to live life as 20-year-old girls in the sporting world.
From buzzer beaters and rivalries to our own behind-the-scenes stories, we bring you takes you won't hear anywhere else.
Catch Athlete Era every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 right here on Blaze Radio.
Tune in, call in, and join the era.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big 12 sports and Big 12 sports only. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game. from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bill Austin Radio Studio in downtown Phoenix, Blaze Radio presents Boxing vs. Everyone. I'm Edward Eamon, host of Boxing vs. Everyone. Tune in Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Blaze Radio at BlazeRadioOnline.com for the latest boxing analysis, news, updates, and more.
.336 left in this one. We're coming in for a landing, Adam Beadle. Colorado leads 71-66 over the visiting Sun Devils as the two teams have traded baskets in these last few minutes. Both teams with 9 fouls. ASU has a pair of timeouts. Colorado has 3. ASU is shooting 41% from the field. Colorado is shooting 9 percentage points better than them, and yet it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, you know what? Arizona State has really turned things around here in this second half. They've been shooting a lot better. 55% from the floor. They were just 20% throughout, I feel like, this time in the first half. And credit to Bobby Hurley for able to get some things working, but now they're in the same position they were the last time these two teams played. Colorado had a small lead. ASU had a chance to be able to work their way back in it. They brought it close, but now it's going to be inbound, not trying to foul, but there's Mo Odom right there.
That's the last thing you want to pick up right now if you're Mo Odom is your, I believe third foul of the game. 90 feet basically from the basket on the inbounds. ASU is trying to press, and he sends Isaiah Johnson to the line to shoot a pair.
So it's going to be worth watching now. Mukava's got 4, Mayusin's got 3, and Odom has 3. Those are essentially 3 of ASU's key playmakers. Mayusin has yet to score in this one, but
they're also part of ASU's offensive engine. I mean, you mentioned Mayusin hasn't scored yet, but he still is the front end of the shot.
He's got a couple of offensive boards and a couple assists.
But again, like, he's part of the engine. He gets things going. He runs things. Odom's the same way. So to lose those guys would be tough if you're Bobby Hurley and company. Isaiah Johnson was short on the first one, but is true on the second one. So the lead is back to 6 for Colorado. 72-66 Buffaloes. 3:30 and counting left in this one. ASU could use a basket. Let's see where they go. Odom gets a screen from Jop. He's blitzed off of it. Drives right. Picks up his dribble. Floats it down low. Jop immediately greeted by a trio of defenders, but he gets his layup to go up and drop down. So Colorado, again, faced with a full court press here from Arizona State. As we cross the 3-minute threshold and the Buffs leading by 4. ASU could use some stops here down the stretch. It's in the hands of Hargress. Barrington Hargress, the team's leader in minutes. And the transfer from UC Riverside. Gets it down low, but a steal by Johnson. They're going to say he got the timeout off.
Wow.
An incredible play from Pig. He flew in there, jumped the passing lane, hit the floor, slid to the corner, and got a timeout just before he went out of bounds.
As soon as he hit the ground, he started yelling, timeout, 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 timeout.
I'm not convinced that Bobby Hurley loved that he did that. ASU now only has 1 timeout left. So he did just burn, he did just burn that timeout with 2:50 left in this one and the team trailing by 4. But, possessions are valuable when you're shooting the ball at 42%. You're going to take any chance you can get to go score.
I feel like if I'm Bobby Hurley, I'm in that huddle, I'm looking at Pig Johnson, goes, you called a timeout, great, make it count.
Yeah.
It's for ASU. You got under 3 minutes left to go. Everything matters.
Yep.
You got to make every shot count, every opportunity. Could be some huge momentum for ASU if they're able to convert something on the offensive end on this play. But what an athletic guy by Big Johnson. I think, he's got a lot of different parts of his game, but in my opinion, one of the most powerful parts of his game is just the fact that his vision is so elite, and I think that's what he gets a lot from playing NAIA basketball, is just learning the ins and outs of all these different styles of games.
Houston drives, kicks to Odom, who gets down low to Gribovich. ASU trying to run an off-ball action, and they get it to Jop, who's facing up 12 feet from the basket. Goes inside, spins, trying to muscle his defenders. The layup no good. The tip from Gribovich, no. Ball still loose, out of bounds. Last touch by the Sun Devils. And it will be Colorado basketball. Bench motioning that Hurley could challenge, but one timeout left for Hurley. If he doesn't get the call, he will not have a timeout left. And it seems like he sent forward to the scores table to prolong the time for him to look at the replay. Doesn't like what he saw, sits forward, back down. And so Colorado leads by 4 with 2:25 left. ASU still trying to press. Odom and Gribovich have Hargress trapped in the corner, but he gets out of it and trying to push it ahead. It's with Holland now. He drives baseline. Scared of Jop initially, dumps it off, and the layup is good for Dak, who's up to 10 points. He's in double figures. As now ASU trailing by 6 with 2 minutes left. It's kind of now or never if you're the Sun Devils and Bobby Hurley's squad. Fans getting loud, some rising to their feet here in the CU Event Center. Odom rolls off of a blitz screen, now goes to the corner, kicks. Gribovich triple up, no good. Rebound tipped out, controlled by the Buffs. Big stop for Colorado. Now the home team pushes offensively. It's in the hands of Barrington Hargress. Transfer from UC Riverside. Team's leader in minutes, team's best three-point shooter, and he's been all those things tonight. Leads the team with 23. It's with Dak at the top of the key now. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Hargress is gonna have to pull way downtown. No good, rattling around, going out of bounds. And nobody touched it, so it'll be ASU ball. 1:22 left, Sun Devils down 6.
Nice box out by Gribovich, not allowing Ranchik to get to the ball after that missed shot. But this is incredibly crucial for Arizona State. You talk about capitalizing on opportunities, and they've done everything but that in the last 2 minutes.
Big possession here for ASU.
Just surprised that Alan Mukeba is sitting on the bench.
ASU trying to put some points on the board here. 74-68, 1:15 and counting left in this one. Odom pulls from deep. No, rebound. Gribovich had it for a second, lost it, and Colorado gets possession. A quick shot from Odom on that possession, not his friend, as a timeout from Colorado with 1 minute and 2 seconds left and 21 seconds to shoot. As Tad Boyle will want to talk things over with his squad as we're really entering the final frames of this one.
We've seen Odom have some moments where he's forced a couple things this season. I think that's what has costed ASU a couple of these games. And it feels like we just watched another one of those moments. It's just coming down the floor, trying to get a shot rather than you have a little bit more time, try to move it around and find a better one. I get wanting to be the playmaker at times, want to be the guy that gets a shot, especially when you're leading scorer. But if that's not what's best available, you got to be able to move around a bit more.
Hargress has 23. He's 10 for 15 from the field and 1 for 4 from 3. He's been supported by 17 from Ranchik, who's hit 3 threes of his own. Isaiah Johnson inefficient from 3, but 6 for 12 from the field. Colorado's 3 leading scorers. For the visitors, it was the Odom show early in this half. He's got 23 points. Jop has chipped in 17. Pig Johnson has 14, but ASU has not scored in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It's Colorado ball on the sideline inbound. It's into the hands of Isaiah Johnson, the freshman phenom. Drives in on Pig Johnson, now tries to dump it off to Dak. He does, and Dak throws it down. Dak climbs a mile high and throws it down over Andrea Gribovich. 8-point lead for Colorado. That has a dagger feel to it as Odom skips through and gives it to Jop, who can't handle it. Ball loose, spatted around, tied up. Colorado ball. Bangot Dak met with thunderous applause. The junior up to 12 points with that jam. A nice night from the 7-footer. As ASU just collapsing offensively late in this one.
They had such that great stretch in the second half, and it's one of those things where you're not really sure what changed, what they went away from that made it not work anymore.
As Odom's whistled for a grab off the ball. So there will be 2 quick free throws here for the Buffs and no time off the clock. Colorado leads by 8 with 43.1. Let's not forget, this was a very similar situation in Tempe.
Yep.
Colorado was up multiple possessions inside of a minute, and ASU still had a chance to tie the game late with a 3. Odom dribbled it off his foot, and that was that. But these games, especially in the Big 12, far from over until that final buzzer sounds.
I mean, what we're really watching is some original Pac-12 After Dark basketball right here.
Sure enough, Johnson rims out the first free throw. As the lefty can't get that one to fall. 83% free throw shooter on the season. It's 1 for 3 tonight. Freshman steps to the line, swishes the second. So a 9-point cushion for Colorado. ASU needs to go. Odom crossover, dribbles baseline, sidestep, still inside, dumps it off Job, whose layup falls through, and a quick timeout from Bobby Hurley. He will burn his last one.
Well, here you go, ASU trying to build something under 40 seconds to go, assuming Hurley will come out of this timeout with a full court press and try to put as much pressure on Colorado as they can.
ASU needs a turnover and then some points and then a whole lot of luck to get right back into this one. They trail 77-70 to Colorado, who is 5 for its last 7 with 33 seconds remaining. The 2 teams are sitting down, so we'll throw you to a quick break and be right back with the conclusion of this one from the CU Event Center after this.
Enjoying the era.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big 12 sports and Big 12 sports only. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into the Breakdown After Dark on BlazeRadioOnline.com with Casey Smith.
Back with me here from the CU Event Center. Luke Lendler, Adam Beadle to my left, and ASU trailing by 7 as Colorado will inbound the ball with 34.7 seconds left. ASU in desperate need of a turnover to claw its way back into this one. He'll be Baranchik to inbound. He gives it up to Hargris. Doubled immediately, spins out of it, gets it up to Johnson, and Colorado breaks the press without much resistance. Johnson doubled and fouled by Mason. So the freshman will go to the line for a pair. And we talked about it when we kind of zoomed out for the big picture, but this is an ASU team that left a lot on the table these past few weeks, including a game against UCF on the road that would have been a quad 1 win. They let a late lead slip. This one, ASU came out of the second half and really punched first, jumped back right into the lead after trailing by 8 going into the break, but then fell behind by 5 or I think it was about 6 at the under 8 timeout, and then never really got another chance.
I think when you kind of go out and look at those games, you see, you know, sort of how together ASU played at the end, and it just feels like in this one, this is the most untogether ASU has played as a team late in a game that they maybe had the chance of winning.
So Odom's layup is no good, and that is the concession of the loss for ASU as Colorado faithful rise to their feet, and the Buffaloes pull off their 11th home win of the season. They are now 14-10. and 4-7 in conference behind 23 points from Barrington. Harvest led the Buffs 10 for 15 from the field, 17 from Ranchik on 3 threes. Johnson chipped in 16 on 6 for 12 shooting. Honestly, at the end of the day, Colorado shot 51% from the field.
Yeah.
ASU shot 40.
I think if I'm Tad Boyle, based on what has kind of happened over the last 8 games, I'm extremely proud of my team after this one. You had 4 players scoring double figures. You moved the ball around really well. There are a lot of positives from this Colorado lineup, and I think Boyle's got to be happy with the group that he's found that started on the floor. Ranchik came off the bench. He was a boost, but who knows? Maybe Ranchik will find his way. This is a Colorado team that like you said, like Odom has said, 4 games is really all it takes to turn something around, and Colorado has a chance to really do something big these last couple of games.
So ASU drops to 12-12. It is 3-8 in conference play. And a tough game on the road for Bobby Hurley and company as they split their former Pac-12 road trip. They pick one up over Utah. They drop one to Colorado. And that will do it for us inside the CU Event Center tonight. For my partner, Adam Beadle, I am Luke Lendler. Thank you so much for listening to our broadcast. Stay safe, and we'll always talk to you next.